Good evening and welcome to the Paw Paws Campers and Cars pregame show. Tonight we are at Lee Triplett Field, Lee Triplett Stadium, Riser Medical Field, I should say. Been a while since I've been here, Jake. Got to get the name right. Tide is at home, and they're all maroon unis, maroon top, maroon pants, white letters. Biloxi looks like they're going to be wearing some white with red letters. We'll see them officially as they come back out here in just a minute. I am Tommy Upton along with Jacob Feely, and Donald Balch is roaming the sidelines tonight. Donald, come down to you. It's a very warm and muggy night to be roaming the sidelines.
Yes, it is indeed, and there are fans down here, so you may catch me every now and then walking by them fans pretty close. But if you look at the flags, guys, there is a little wind blowing south to north, I guess, with what it was blowing. Looks like by the flags, but looking for some good ball games tonight.
It is looking to be a good ball game. I want to thank Mr. Kevin Weiss for running the video stream for us tonight. He's fixed up on his perch here on the home side of the stadium. And so, Jake, we'll talk a little bit more in detail here after we hear from Coach Cody in just a minute. But before we head over there, kind of some initial reactions coming out of week 1 and 2.
I think coming out of week 1 and 2, you found out a lot about what you have as a team. It's more so against Gulfport. I would try not to take too much away from what happened at North Shore, because I know we fell asleep at the wheel in the second half a little bit. But regardless, I think there were lessons to take away from both games, and optimistically you got to win in both games to go along with those lessons.
So we'll get more from Jake and Donald here in just a minute. As I said, you're listening to the Paw Paws Campers and Cars pregame show. Our halftime guest tonight on the Metal Building Supply halftime show is Coach Tyler Smith. He'll be talking with Kerry, so make sure you stick around for that. And then we'll have some interviews on the Moore Chiropractic Clinic postgame show coming up immediately following the game. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Paw Paws Campers and Cars, and then we'll hear from our head coach, Cody Stogner.
It's fall, y'all, at Paw Paws Campers in Picayune, and it's camping season. Temperatures are falling, leaves are changing colors, and prices are dropping. Check out this new 2025 Freelander 27QB Class C motorhome. This unit has a rear queen bed, bunks over cab, and is on a Ford chassis. MSRP $125,847, reduced to only $79,987. It's fall, y'all, at Paw Paws Campers in Picayune. Having fun, selling fun.
Cody, good to see you this morning.
Yes, sir, Mr. Carey. It's great to see you.
Man, your team got a win on the road, new environment. Some things come out of that game, not real positive. We'll address that later. But the good news is you were able to get the win.
Yeah, 2-0 is a great way to start off the year. We're excited to be in the position we are. We want to build off of it and make sure we're getting better every week. And, it's week by week. A lot of things in that game that we could have controlled that we didn't. And, the good thing is we've got it on the film and the eye in the sky don't lie. So I think we did a good job of getting back to work this week and really correcting those things that we can correct.
When you look at your ball club in that game last week, the first half you played well. It looked like, you were just, clicking. A few mistakes, but that's high school football, but clicking well. Second half, guys looked a little flat.
Well,
you and I, and we tell it like it is. We looked a little flat, maybe.
So, first half, they struggled gaining yards. We averaged in 10 yards a carry, and, we go in at halftime, we get a big score there on defense. We go in at halftime up 27-0, and you can kind of feel the something like the air deflating out of their lungs, and the thing is that we come out after halftime, it was the same team we were playing, the same players, the same scheme. Same defense, we were getting 10 yards a carry. Same offense, we were stopping, and really just what happened was our lack of effort, and our lack of effort stunk. And North Shore played with a little bit more fire under their butt. And did I say North Shore?
Yeah.
They played with a little more fire under their butt. They played like hey, we're in the game now, and we gave them a little life, and that's just things you can't do against really good football teams. And I think we learned a lesson from it. It all went back to how we practiced last week, and I blame myself for allowing it to happen. But we fought tooth and nail with them all week after coming off an emotional win against Gulfport. I mean, they're still high school kids, and then obviously they probably thought that we could go down there and just we didn't have to work real hard to go beat a football team. But we tried to warn them that they're a very good football team, and the score is a lot closer than what we probably thought it should be, but at the same time, got to give North Shore credit. Those guys fought hard for the whole 48 minutes, whereas we just did the first 24. So I think we got back to work on Monday. We had really one of the best Mondays of the year. We kind of changed a few things up with how we practice, and a lot of energy and a lot of energy flowing around here, and we're excited to see how the rest of this week goes.
Go back to the ball game. It's always good when you get a defensive score.
Oh, it's always great. I mean, when you get a defensive score, you kind of put the other team behind the eight ball, especially if you can get one back to back. If you score, then come back out and score again. Now you're up 2 scores, and now you can try to get them to hit that panic button, and then really things can start to go your way. And that's where we were at that point in the game. We had all the momentum, and it's just we go into halftime, and we kind of just we really took the foot off the gas, and we never want to do that, and that's something we addressed and something we talked about is. When we got our foot on somebody's throat, we need to make sure we stand with 2 feet on there, because we don't need to let nobody up, because at the same time everybody wants to beat Picayune. We're going to get everybody's best effort, and I think it was a hard lesson learned. The good news is we still won the football game.
Looking at that game, a couple drop passes and some opportune times in that ball game could have made a difference in the score.
Yeah. I hear it all the time from behind me up in the stands, throw the dang ball, coach. But you know what? We work on it, and I thought both quarterbacks did a great job of delivering really good catchable balls, and that was just lack of focus. It goes back to the effort thing. If you're not giving great effort, then your focus isn't going to be there. And if you're not giving great energy, then all of it is really not going to be there. So that's what it just boils down to. Those things that we control. We trust those guys. We're going to come right back to them. Starting this week, it's something, like I said, we addressed all the issues that happened the other night. Now we pointed out we had a lot of good things. I mean, offensive line I thought played well the majority of the football game. It's just, and defensive line as well. We just got some things we had to clean up with. That's one good thing I love about having multiple films of the game is we can get on there and really dissect it. And I really got to give our coaches the coaching staff, these guys, the most credit, because they really dissected this thing down this weekend and ran through it with a fine-tooth comb, and we got some things fixed, and I'm excited about this week.
I had my notes to talk about the offensive line. Let's talk about a young man who got hurt last year, Jacob Nix. Not many people come back from what he did in the short amount of time he did to be in the place he's at right now, and kind of walk through, for those who may not be aware of it, what happened to him late in the year and how he got back to where he is.
Well, in the second week in November, he broke his femur in the first round of the playoff game, and a guy his size, you don't expect really to come back. I mean, obviously, I think his femur is the size of a light pole. First of all, so that's a big break right there, but. He had some extensive surgery on it, and he was back working out with us in February. I mean, that's unbelievable. And he really worked himself into getting in play in shape. He was able to participate a little bit in the spring, and we got him back this summer. And he's still got a long ways to go. He still needs to get a lot better, but he's a big key to us having depth on the offensive line, and we move him around from center to tackle, so that's always a good thing when you can have a guy that can play multiple positions on the offensive front. So. Obviously it's week by week. I mean, he got better from week 1 to week 2, and we're looking for him to get better from week 2 to week 3.
You're talking about him being injured, and you talk about people being able to move him around, and football pays a price sometimes, and it hurts. This one hurts really bad, but you had an injury last week to one of your better ball players. He's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Hopefully he'll be able to get back for a playoff run, but make him burn it. We talked about him 2 weeks ago, what this guy means to this ball club.
Yeah, and that probably kind of took a little bit of wind out of our sails Friday night. Macon's our leader. He's the heart and soul, one of the heart and souls of this football team. He's one I can say that all week last week he was giving great effort. He brings his lunch pail to work every day in his hard hat, and he gets after it. And it's unfortunate the injury happened. I mean, that's football. I mean, people deal with it. But we're going to get through it. And Macon, I know, is going to do everything he can to get himself back in 6 to 8 weeks from now. And he had surgery on Monday, and so blessing in disguise. If he can get back, I know he's going to do all he can do to get back to this football team, because this is his football team. And just talking with him, he's in high spirits. But, obviously, we always say, you'd rather be lucky than good. And, when being on that luck end is to avoid that old injury bug. And, unfortunately, it's hit us a little bit. But at the same time, I have a lot of faith in the guys behind those guys to really pull us through.
Yeah, I look at that play he got hurt on. He had a great spin move, getting there and get the quarterback wrapped around. Then one of his teammates had just happened, rolled up on him a little bit there in an awkward angle. But that's part of the game.
And and a lot of times in football, and I learned this from my junior college coach Don Green. A lot of times when people get hurt in football is because they're standing around or not giving great effort. Well, this was a freak accident because he was giving a tremendous effort, him and Nolan, and it was just one of them freak things that happened. And we're going to keep we're going to keep praying for him that his recovery is faster, because selfishly we want it to be faster than it is, but we know we're going to get him back, and when he comes back, he's going to make a huge impact for this football team.
One thing we'll touch on quickly, let's talk about the job now, and he's going to be taking almost all the snaps there, but a last name that's no stranger to Picayune football, Igana. You've got a sophomore here. I call him KB, but man, I tell you what, KB, because he's like K&B drugstore, he can do everything.
That's right. I wish he had some of that K&B ice cream.
I tell you, but that's kind of a nickname. I don't do the games anymore, but I say it's he's like K&B. I mean, he has a little bit of everything. But this is a young man that can play both sides of the football, plays a lot of energy. Just a sophomore. Of course, his brother Troy was a great football player here.
Yeah,
his brother, right?
That's his brother. Yes, sir.
So,
good pedigree right there.
Yeah, it was. But man, just talk about him.
Well, he's a special talent, and obviously, I mean, as a sophomore, he can come in there and he's physically mature enough to handle his own against 17, 18-year-old guys, and he's still got a lot to learn of really how to play the game. But he just gives, like you said, he gives great effort. He gets after it, and now he's going to have a bigger role for this football team. But the thing is, though, he's built for it. I mean, he like you talked about, he comes from his brother Troy. I mean, he's had a lot to look up to and a lot to live up to that name. So I think you're going to see a lot of big things over the next couple of weeks with old Agana. And it's funny. We got some guys that sometimes we forget his name. Nolan called him, I think, one day Iguodala or something like that. So we always coming up with a new nickname for him. But you know what?
K&B.
I like that one. But he's gonna make a big impact for us, and he's just gonna get better and better every week because he's a football player, and I'm excited that he's on our team. I'm excited that we get to see where he can go, and he's only a sophomore, so we still got him for 2 more years after this.
You were fortunate. Colt Robinson came back to play for you this year after sitting out. Been playing well. Going to miss this week. You can kind of address that. But the good news is you got a guy behind him who, another versatile guy. He's long snap for you. He's held for you, and he's also played quarterback for you. And him getting those reps last week in live action probably was huge because of this week's game against Biloxi.
Yeah, and Colt's just battling a little nagging injury, and we felt this best for in his interest to let's let him get healthy. I mean these non-district games. I mean I want to win them all. You want to win them all, but at the same time there's a bigger picture ahead, and so Tanner's going to get the nod this week, and it was a blessing in disguise to be able to get him some reps, get out there and get his feet wet and get acclimated to the speed of the game, because that wasn't just no regular game he got into. North Shore was coming at him, and we have a lot of trust in him. He took a lot of reps over for us this summer and in the beginning of fall camp, so he's no stranger to it. He actually got to come in a little bit last year as a freshman and play some, and he actually became our holder last year. When we realized Darrell needed a little break, we would send Tanner out there. So, he's got a lot of hats he wears, and I think he's starting to come into his own. He's slowly building that repertoire with the older guys and trying to become that leader that they're looking into. And but this is going to be a big game for him, and I'm really excited for him that the guys have his back, and it's just going to make us better down in the long run.
Looking at the film on Biloxi, Jamie Dubose came from Alabama. He won a couple state championships over there. Comes from a very, very good background. He understands football. I don't want Biloxi folks to take this the wrong way, but this is not the Biloxi of the last couple of years. This is a much, much improved ball club from what I saw on film. Your take on it?
I mean, they're just turning on the film. You can tell they're a really good football team. That man's got the magic touch or something, because they are, like, just watching the film, they look like just a machine that's like on all three aspects of the game, like offensively, defensively, special teams. They are getting after it, and they are physical. They're fast. They're big. They've got all the attributes that you want to mark off to have a good football team. And it looks like he's got them really loving to play football too. And so, kudos to Coach Dubose of really, this is his second year there, to getting them to this point. So we got our work cut out for us. And, and every week we're going through every week right now. We're talking about we're playing for the district championship. We're playing for everything. Every week's a championship from here on out. We know we're going to get everybody's best, and we deserve to give everybody else our best as well, and see what happens after the 48 minutes and that final horn blows. But we're really excited about the new challenge of playing a different team. We haven't played Biloxi, and I think since when Dito was a sophomore or junior. It's been a long time.
Yeah, he ran it like 50 times.
50 times the first game of the year, I think. Yeah, we probably all should have went to jail for that one. But I mean, it's a good thing to play somebody new, and we're a little familiar with them because we played them in JV last year. That's when me and Coach Dubose got to talking and said we wanted to get a game together. And just looking at film, this is just something that's going to make us better in the long run because it's going to be a playoff type game. It's going to be a playoff type team. It's who we want to play and to get us ready moving on in the district play later in a couple of weeks.
2 road games, now you get home opener.
Oh my goodness. Look, I don't think anybody's more excited than Tabitha right now, getting me able to stay home for a little bit. And, she's the assistant dance coach right now. So, it's obviously with a lot of stuff with Camille, Wolf, and Creed, getting them to and from games and stuff like that. But, we actually have to go to Hattiesburg Saturday morning for Wolf's Pee Wee football game. And it's a blessing in disguise that his 2 away games, we have 2 home games. So it all kind of works out. But, I get to laughing with her. She's like, it's all week. It's just, I'm so happy it's a home game. I'm so happy it's like, baby, me too. I'm really happy to be home and, to get back on our routine. And I think our guys are ready.
Yeah.
I think, the first, you open up the season on 2 away games and, now you get to come home and play get back on your normal routine where everything's not rushed. Mm-hmm. We can kind of go through our Friday that we like to do it and just and get in front of our home crowd. And I think our guys are really wanting to show, if you haven't been to our games, they really want to show people, what I think the type of football team we can be.
Look forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Roll Tide.
Hey friends, it's fall, y'all. It's the best time of the year to camp, and Pawpaws in Picayune has campers. Check out this new 2025 Rockwood Signature 372RL fifth wheel for fall camping. This unit has a rear living floor plan, slide toppers, and washer dryer units. MSRP $96,255, reduced to only $59,987. Pawpaws Campers in Picayune, having fun, selling fun. Come and see us.
Hey, welcome back to the Pawpaws Campers in Cars pregame show. I'm Tommy Upton along with Jake Feely. Donald Balch down on the sideline. Kevin Weiss running the video for us tonight. And I want to welcome you back. Just heard from our coach, Coach Cody Stogner. I want you to hang around here for the halftime show, the Metal Building halftime show tonight. Metal Building Supply halftime show is going to be the guest tonight. I'll get it out here in just a second. It's going to be Coach Tyler Smith. So don't want to miss that. Paul's Pastry Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question will be at the end of the first quarter, somewhere starting of the second quarter. After the game tonight, don't forget to stay tuned to WRJW, where you can pick up Friday Night Under the Lights. Funnell, Russ Robertson, Dr. Reed Vance, and George Broadstreet and crew. I'll be calling in and giving a report tonight about 10:30 or so on this game tonight. So, Jake, we heard from Coach. Obviously we got some injuries that we're going to be dealing with this week. Probably an improved Biloxi Indian football team, as he said, that we hadn't played in a while. If I kind of give my thoughts real quickly here, game 1, I thought we looked pretty good, other than we had some what I'd call general first game nonsense, right? Just maybe struggling here with speed of the game, some cramping. Most of that stuff's all normal and expected the first game of the season. Played a really good Gulfport team, played well, was able to pick a pass off late in the game with about a minute remaining to hold on to a 3-point win. Last week I thought we came out well in the first half and played well against a pretty good North Shore team, and then we just kind of seemed to mail it in the second half. Really couldn't get any enthusiasm, kind of let them hang around. They came back, scored a couple of touchdowns, made it much closer than the game really was. But what are you looking for tonight? What do you want to see out of this Tide team?
I think tonight is about establishing who we are on offense, for starters. when I watch this Biloxi team play on film, in my opinion, we should be able to do everything that we want to do offensively. On the defensive side of the ball, I would love to see us fundamentally tackle in space, meaning I don't think Biloxi has like a bunch of outstanding athletes. I think they probably play very hard. I don't want to be disrespectful, but they don't have like the guy that's going to play, Division I football on the offensive side of the ball. So I think if you can be fundamentally sound, if you can make open field tackles, we can make this game look very easy. Look very easy. Not to say it's going to be easy, but we can make it look very easy by doing those two things. And, third game of the year, you're back at home, starting to run out of excuses here. We need to figure out what our identity is and be consistent in that.
I agree. I think consistency is a big thing that we really haven't seen. Only two games, right? So we're certainly not trying to panic here too much. Certainly only 2 games, but I would like to see some more consistency. National Anthem is happening down on the field. You're listening to the Pop Balls Campers and Cars pregame show on WRJW on a 6.9 FM, 1320 AM, and also available via the internet on either the WRJW smartphone app or online at WRJWradio.com. You can also catch this video stream on our YouTube stream by searching at PMHS Sports, at PMHS Sports. We'll be back after this word from our sponsor.
Hey friends, it's fall, y'all. It's the best time of the year to camp, and Pawpaws in Picayune has campers. Check out this new 2025 Rockwood Signature 372RL fifth wheel for fall camping. This unit has a rear living floor plan, slide toppers, and washer dryer units. MSRP $96,255, reduced to only $59,987. Pawpaws Campers in Picayune, having fun, selling fun. Come and see us.
Welcome back to the Pop Balls Campers and Cars pregame show. Donald, want to come down to you and kind of get your thoughts on really what you've seen in the first couple of games here and what you're expecting to see tonight from the Tide team.
We played a great game against Gulfport. You can expect a little here and there mishaps, but, last week we just, Coach Stogner, and I talked about it last week, just seemed down the second half. They didn't seem motivated. They didn't seem excited, but we got to play 4 quarters. I know we play 48 minutes all the time, but, we got to play all 48 minutes against a team like Biloxi. And I'll give you some insight on the coaching staff. Dubose has about 7 or 8 guys, former Alabama people. 3 or 4 of them were head coaches. One, the defensive coordinator, actually coached at Theodore, which we played in spring games a couple of times back in the early 2000s or 2020 or somewhere around there. So, they're going to know what we do, especially the defensive coordinator. So he's got a game plan against us, and we'll see what we're made of.
Interesting to see. We're kind of watching the video feed as you're talking, Donald. Donald getting ready for the Traffic Jams coin toss. Captains are coming out for both teams, and we'll get that here in just a second. But Jake's kind of cool watching the video stream and how the new field house is set up here, and the team just kind of walks out. A little bit different perspective that you don't really get to see in a whole lot of high school football stadiums, quite honestly.
No, it's a really cool backdrop, and I would say one thing: if you're watching at home, I'm gonna nerd out for a minute, but when Biloxi's on offense, all right, we used to call it Waldo when I was at Ole Miss. You had your Waldo guy. Where's Waldo? You want to know where this cat's at. Anytime the ball is put down, 55 for Biloxi on offense is your Waldo. All right, he's a right tackle. Within 3 plays, I instantly knew this kid had to be going to a Division I school, had to be committed somewhere. Committed to Nebraska. Ole Miss offered him, but right now he's a junior. He's committed to Nebraska. Really good talent. The problem with that is our best talent on the defense side of the ball, 74, Nolan Wilson, is also a Division I talent, and he plays defensive end. So anytime you see 55 in white lined up against 74 in maroon, it's pay-per-view viewing only. Grab your popcorn. Like I would expect fireworks. I'm excited about that matchup in particular.
Hey, we want to hear a word from our coin toss sponsor, Traffic Jams. For all your car and audio security system needs, go see Cole Tarnock and his experienced team at Traffic Jams, located at 422 Highway 11 North Picayune, across from the Amtrak station. Let's step away and hear a word from Cole and crew, and then we'll come back and get the results.
You need this?
When you need audio or lighting for your vehicle, your off-road adventure machine, or your boat, trust the name and people who have been the go-to place in Picayune for over a decade. Traffic Jams has demonstrated their expertise since 2008, and people keep coming back because they trust them. Why gamble with other places that do audio, sound systems, and lighting as just another job, when you can go to the experts who know the importance of every detail and every customer's request? Cole and the crew will take care of you. Don't put yourself in a jam. Go to Traffic Jams and be assured your expectations, your vision, the way you may want to see it and hear it, are put in place. Traffic Jams is also the place when your ride's appearance and upholstery needs a little touch of excellence, a little shine to make it fine. Then call 601-889-9570 or stop by 201 Highway 11 South in Picayune. Come on over to great products installed by great people at Traffic Jams in Picayune.
Traffic Jams, now offering window tint.
Let's head down to Donald for the results of that Traffic Jams coin toss.
Biloxi wins the toss and they defer, so Picayune receive, and they'll be kicking from the clock, which is left to right on radio dial, and I guess that would be west to east, right?
That's right. You got a hello list while I'm down there to you.
I do. I have quite a long one this time.
Get on it.
So I'd like to say hello to my brother, Thomas Balch. He's out in Houston waiting on a double lung transplant. Faye Martis, my mother-in-law, Lane Balch. Mr. John Wolverton listens to us each week. Mr. Roger Walters. Mark Shear, he's on the road. He's a truck driver, so he's on the road somewhere. I'm not even sure where he's at tonight. You know, Darren Kling, a former Maroon Tide himself.
Jake, you got a hello list tonight?
Yeah, hello to my wife, my son Taysom, my mom and dad. Don, we'll be praying for your brother. You said his name was Thomas?
That is correct. Tom.
Okay,
He goes
good.
by Tom. Yep,
Good.
That is. So thank you for that on Donald's behalf. And I want to say hello to and Paul over at Hippo, holding the fort down, enjoying some pizza and watching Maroon Tide football. That's what they enjoy doing on Friday nights. Glad you guys are tuned in. Hello to Mr. Kurt Gerald and the crew up in JS. They're tuned in tonight listening. Appreciate you guys joining with us. And Uncle Randy Gerald. I say hello to him and Aunt Sue. Hope you guys are doing well. So here we go. We're about to get underway. Tide is getting ready to head out and receive the first quarter kick. I want to thank our first quarter sponsor tonight, and that is Stacy Hopgood Wilkes, District 108 House of Representatives. Stacy Hopgood Wilkes, proud supporter and alumni of the Picayune Maroon Tide. Good for Pearl River County, good for Mississippi. Stacy cares about you. Stacy cares about Pearl River County. So nice atmosphere here tonight. The sun is finally went down. It is awful over here at about 5 o'clock as we're trying to set up, but it is a beautiful night for football tonight. Biloxi's going to tee it up at their 40-yard line. It looks like number 7, who is Grayson Auld, and is that Fortenberry? Or yep, that's Fortenberry back there. Deep to receive for the Tide. I'll get a kicking number here when he turns sideways. That's number 80, Edgar Lopez. He's going to tee it up.
Edgar on Edgar.
Edgar on Edgar. Thicker kickers. Here it is. He's going to kick it off. It's going to be fair caught at around the 24-yard line. That's where the Tide will set up shot. Colt Robertson's out tonight. Still suffering with a little bit of injury from last week. So we'll see the sophomore, Tanner Rayburn. He's listed at 6 foot 170. Tide's going to take over at their 23-yard line. Two wide receivers, one right, left, one right. I formation behind Rayburn. He's going to hand the ball off the left side. That looks like Dennis. Dennis will dive forward for a couple of yards. Get out close to the 25-yard line. And we are underway. Clock rolling, 11:49 to go here in the opening quarter. We'll give him 2 on that.
Yeah, I was interested to see what Biloxi was going to do defensively. Naturally, they're a 3-man front. They run like a 3-4 against a spread team, but against our offense, that's just not going to work. So they've kind of converted themselves into a 4-3 look. So 7 in the box to start.
That'll be a toss around the right side to Dennis. He's got nice room. He's across the 30. Up close to a first down. A little pushing and shoving going on there after the fact, but that is going to be enough for an FMB Picayune first down. as they'll put the ball down. We'll call it the 33-yard line. So he got 8 on that. Dennis gets all 10 on first 2 carries. So Tide will have it 1st and 10 at their own 33. Clock rolling. 2 wide receivers to the left. Split formation. Going to hand it to the fullback. I believe that's a Ghana, and he'll get a couple of yards up the middle.
Yeah, he got to do what he got to do, and he's just going to get you 2 or 3 in a cloud of dust.
That's what you need. You got to keep the linebackers happy. Make them stay at home. So we'll give him 2 on that. Give him out to the 35. Clock still rolling. 10:30 to go here in the opening quarter, just underway. Tied in the opening drive, 4th play of the drive. 2nd and about 8 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Seidner talked a little bit about Jacob Nixon and looking for him to get better. And, you know, against a 4-man front, like, this is a huge game for our center. Center has a lot of responsibility here. You got to get out in the open. You got to block these fast linebackers. A lot of people think when you have a nose guard, a 5-man front, that's the toughest night. I disagree. I think when you're uncovered and you have to get up to the next level and block these linebackers, that's your hardest night for a center. So looking to see how he's improved from week to week.
1 wide receiver left, 1 wing left. That'll be a toss to the left. Dennis has across the 40, and he's going to be really close to another FMB Picayune first down. Seemed to be getting some chunks there with those toss sweeps early.
Yeah, and just as I said that, Biloxi shifted over and they had a nose guard that play. So anyway, either way, great job of blocking by the offensive line so far. Like I kind of hinted at it going in. I didn't think their defensive line was going to pose us much of a threat because they are a little bit smaller, but they are agile, and we're doing a great job getting hands on them.
4 runs by the Tide. Two first downs, got 2. On second down, got 8. Here's a first down pitch around the left side. That's Hawthorne, and Hawthorne's going to have another FMB Picayune first down as he's across midfield and down inside the 40 of Biloxi. That looked to be the weak side, and they had a big chunk over there, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, we're just doing a really good job of getting movement up front. We got a Ghana around the edge there. He's blocking out in open field, leading the way. Just a great run by 22 as well.
So that's going to put the ball down. We'll call it the 38. Hawthorne there with big chunks. Just Jordan Hawthorne going to toss it to him again around the left side. This time he runs into a wall of tacklers. He'll fall down somewhere around the 30. So you have another big chunk gain there on first down for the Tide.
What did you give Hawthorne in the first one?
So he went from the 43 to the 38. So that is 19. Is that right? 7 and 12. Yeah, 19 yards. Right?
Yep. And then 6 there.
So they're going to put it down at the, where are they putting it, at the 31? That'll be 7 officially. Toss to Hawthorne again around the left side. And he's got another chunk. Looks like almost tripping if they wanted to call that. I don't think they are.
Yeah, listen, I haven't watched it close enough yet to figure out what the cause of it is, but Biloxi's moving in and out, and they gave us another 3-man front there. If they stay in that defense, like it's 10 yards a carry all game, if not more.
Yeah, it's 10 yards on that one exactly.
Yeah, you just can't do that against us, and I don't know what the adjustment they're trying to make. Like sometimes they're walking this guy down. I'm assuming it's when we have the wing back on the line like that one. But they can't do this all game. So.
Dennis back in. He'll take the pitch. This time he fumbles the football, and I think that we lost it. Just pitch looked okay. Just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was trying to run before he caught it.
Well, you know, on the last 2 or 3 plays, the pitch is just a little slow. It seems like getting there, and they're having to reach out for it. So that's what happened right there.
What you expect?
Over 8:20 to go. Go ahead, Jake.
No, I was just saying you expect that with the new relationship between the quarterback and the running back coming into the game, but something we got to tighten up. And you see, Biloxi's going to give you some of this empty back sets here. 5 wide.
5 wide receivers wants to throw it out to the left side. Got 4. Got a run guy running wide open. He's going to catch it down the inside. That looked easy. Big chunk as they just picked that up. Just a Hail Mary ball. Nobody running with the outside receiver, Jake.
Yeah, I didn't get into it before the game, but this is what Biloxi's going to do. They're going to give you a lot of pre-snap motions, a lot of multiple formation. They have a really good mobile quarterback. They'll run the read option, but they're going to spread you out and make you run in the open field.
25 yards on first down. They'll be out at the 45-yard line. Going to hand it off to a zone read that time, and he's going to go nowhere.
Yep.
Nolan Wilson and crew stopped that, maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, there's the read option, which he read it wrong that time. Probably should have kept that one.
That was your matchup there, Jake.
Yep, I'm looking at it now, 74 and 55. This is kind of the matchup of the game, in my opinion.
So Ramsey is the quarterback. He has one back to his left, 4 wide receivers. Going to hand it to him again, this time on a little sweep around the right side. Nice run there by the running back.
Yep.
That's Thompson. No, sorry, that is Thomas, not Thompson. He's going to get a first down. No, they're going to spot him just a little bit short. Let's say about a foot short. He'll be at the 46-yard line. Go ahead, Jake.
So that time, Don, they didn't block Nolan. He was the read guy when they read him correctly. Used kind of his aggressiveness against him and handed off that read option.
So 3rd and about a foot. Quarterback's going to keep it. He'll have the first down and more as he goes up the middle on the keeper. He'll get down around the 42-yard line or so. That'll be enough for a first down.
First and 10, Biloxi. 42-yard line of the Tide.
No huddle offense here for the Indians.
Right.
One back. Quarterback's right. 4 wide receivers, 3 left, 1 right. Going to give it on the Jets, or on the sweep again around the left side, and the ball went out. They're going to call it down. The Tide comes out with it, but the official is saying no second down.
Far side line judge had already ruled him down.
So Tide said they had it, but they got to hurry up and get line back up because Biloxi is going
empty backfield
here.
I mean, we ain't got nobody over here. We got nobody on the slot. 27 wide open.
They're going to throw it, overthrows him. Wow. That was a busted play. Tide was trying to celebrate, Jake. They thought they had the fumble. Biloxi just lined up and ran the play, and Tide was not ready for that.
Yeah, and it should have been 6. I mean, this guy, we got 2 to guard 3 over here. 27's streaking up the field with nobody on him.
He's wide open looking at the replay.
There is a flag about the 22-yard line on the other side of the field, guys.
I'll see what they think, what they say. I don't see a signal here from the
deep back there.
Official.
It's almost like too many men on the field for the Tide, maybe.
6:11 to go here in the opening quarter. We're going to be holding against the Tide, and I don't blame him as the official or the receiver ran by him, and you just had to grab him as he went. The problem is overthrew, and so that just kind of grinds a little bit of salt in the wound. Is that going to put him all the way down inside the 25-yard line?
Yep.
Where'd they lay that down at? I'm trying to get a...
Just outside the 25.
So at the 26, we'll call it. Empty backfield again.
Stoppage. Timeout.
We got a timeout. Picayune, yeah, that's a good timeout. We'll take it with him. Tide looks a little bit befuddled there. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Jason Pygott has offices in Picayune. Make sure you have the right coverage. Give the Pygott Agency a call today. 601-798-7005.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
So probably a good time out there, Jake. We got a little befuddled after we thought we had a fumble. Biloxi ran a play. We ended up trying to hold, and we were not ready, and the pass was incomplete, and it just got worse from there.
You're exactly right. Well, I mean, but this is what Biloxi is going to do. They're going to go fast. They're going to spread you out. They're going to make you cover in space, and we got to figure it out. Where it seems like we're learning on the fly right now.
Stack wide receivers to the right, one to the left, one back behind Ramsey. He's going to hand it off to that back. That's Thomas. Thomas will plow forward for about 4 on first down. You give him 3. Same formation. This time Thomas is going to line up to the right. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left, 1 wing back in the formation. Ramsey wants to throw the football. Got a guy streaking toward the corner of the end zone, and that is a touchdown.
Wow.
That was a nice throw and catch there. That's hard to defend, Jake.
Well, yeah, it's a perfectly thrown ball. It's just slightly back shoulder. The receiver does a really good job of adjusting himself. Look at that, right? I mean, just perfect ball. Really tough to defend. The defender did a great job. He was in great position, but the receiver made a really athletic play. Quarterback throws the ball where only his guy can catch it, and Biloxi out to a fast start here.
Yeah, they can do something with the football quickly. Todd going to have to make some adjustments quickly. Looks like they can run it and throw it. Much improved Biloxi team. I'm going to have to do something. Here's the PAT. It is blocked. It looked like got a piece, but it still got in. So 7-0.
We do have a flag, and it's illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure on Biloxi, so they'll have to do that again. Thanks, Don, for that Picayune Clinic sideline report. So they'll, I guess, back them up 5 and make them do it again.
Yeah. A lot of times we see how there's too many. Somebody's not on the line of scrimmage. Somebody's a little too far back into the backfield. But I mean, they struggled to get it from the 3 there, so this is not a gimme.
Yeah, so ball be placed now at the 15, so it'll be a 25-yard attempt here for Edgar. He didn't get a good one before. Let's see what happens here. Here's a snap back. It's down. The kick is up. Much better looking. That one's through there. 7-0. Biloxi leads it. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The gym at Picayune.
So how about a Mossy at Picayune drive summary for Biloxi, Jake?
It was a 6-play, 80-yard drive. It took just under 3 minutes, and it was a 26-yard pass from 4 to
which
17.
Is Ramsey, and 17 is McGee.
Yeah. Just a really excellent ball by the quarterback. Really great job by the receiver of adjusting his route just slightly.
So on the extra point, it was Jose Martinez, number 98, is the extra point kicker.
Thank you for that, Donald, for correcting us. This one's going to bounce and be taken in by Olds at around the 7. He'll come across the 20. He's got a lot of running room. Got to come around the left side. Got one man to beat, and he's going to get run down at about the 35. So had a nice running room there, Jake. Just ran out of gas.
Yeah, it got Biloxi had a little bit of an angle on him there, but really good job of breaking that thing to the outside. Todd had some blockers for him and sets us up with good field position here to start this second drive.
7-0 here. Todd trails. 5:23 to go in the first quarter.
Heat timeout, guys.
All right, we'll take it with them. We'll be back here. 30 seconds. You're listening to Maroon Tide Football on WRJW.
When you wake up with an aching back or sore neck, Dr. Debbie Moore with Moore Chiropractic Clinic suggests you consider making simple changes in your sleeping position to alleviate unnecessary strain on your body. According to the American Chiropractic Association and Dr. Debbie Moore, it's best to sleep on your back or side because laying on your back or side allows your head, neck, and spine to relax into their natural alignment. This will help you wake up pain-free and feeling rejuvenated. Moore Chiropractic Clinic. We've got your back.
I want to thank our first quarter sponsor tonight. That is District 108 House of Representatives Stacey Hopgood Wilkes, proud supporter, alumni of the Picayune Maroon Tide. Good for Pearl River County. Good for Mississippi. Stacey cares about you. Stacey cares about Pearl River County. Todd's going to need to do something here a little bit different. Jake had some momentum, had it going, and just end up fumbling the football. So we're going to take over here at the 34-yard line. Going to be Hawthorne off the right side on the handoff. Another big hole down there, Jake. This seems they've got something going offensively. If we can do something defensively, and there's something we don't want to do off camera, which is pushing and shoving, I mean, and that's going to negate a big play.
It's going to be his second one. Listen, you said we need to do something different. I was going to disagree with you. I think we do the exact same thing other than the one thing, which was the fumble. We were getting 10, 12 yards a pop for the most part. Now, this is just as bad as a fumble in my opinion. It's the pushing and shoving after the whistle. Like you're getting, your running back just got a first down. Just get back to the huddle. Let's do it again.
Right.
I think he's going to make it offsetting penalties because both of them were pretty active on the shoving.
Well, either way, if you don't engage in it, guess what? It's 15 yards against Biloxi. So, I guess
I said you said it. It's the second or third time here early in the game. You can't be pushing and shoving. We got to control our emotions, and it is going to be offsetting. So they'll put the ball out at the 41-yard line. So 7-yard pickup there by Hawthorne, and that'll bring up about 2nd and 3 for the Tide here.
Which Hawthorne's been the bell cow so far this game. And he looks really good when he's toting it. And that time, Biloxi came out on that 3-man front, and they shifted over to a 4-man front. So they're mixing it up on defense. But either way, it doesn't really seem to matter what they come out in. We're getting what we want offensively.
Hawthorne and Uganda in the backfield behind Rayburn, and somebody moved. So somebody shifted, and I think that caused us to jump.
Yep.
Right? So we'll lose 5.
Which I think that's kind of what Adam's arguing there. If they're making some sort of audible sound to call for that shift, that should be basically a procedure penalty against Biloxi. Either way, as the offensive lineman, you got to stay disciplined. You got to stay in your stance. But it's one of the hardest things that I would say there is in terms of when that defensive guy's moving around in front of you like that to stay in your stance.
Right, especially when they all shift and jump one way. So I formation now. They do it again. Toss sweep around the right side. That's Hawthorne again. He looks for a little bit of dancing room, plants his foot in the ground, gets outside, and he's going to pick the penalty yardage up, maybe, plus another one. So it'll be very close back to that 3rd and 3. We'll put him at the 41. We'll give him 4 officially.
Yeah, really good job by Hawthorne there. There wasn't much for him in between the tackles. He busts that thing out in space, makes a guy miss. Like you said, cleans up that penalty yardage. Now we got a really manageable 3rd and short.
Tide had some success, as Jake said, of getting chunks in the first drive. See if we can finish it here. 4 minutes exactly to go here in the first quarter. Tide trails 7-0. Hawthorne, no, that's Dennis around the left side. He's got a lot of running room and a step, and he gets dragged down from behind. Big run there by Dennis as he shows what kind of speed he's got.
Yeah, sorry, I was watching. We had some more potential pushing and shoving there in the backfield. Great job by Dennis. I was surprised he got ran down there.
I said Dennis. Yeah, that was Dennis. Okay, I saw another number get up. I'm like, that had me confused, but that was just somebody helping him. So Dennis is going to get another FMB Picayune first down all the way down to the 24-yard line. So that is 26 plus 9. That is 35 yards. Number 9. He's adding to his total quickly here. 1st and 10 for the Tide at the 24.
Jordan.
That's Jordan Hawthorne around the right side. We got 2 of those Hawthorne guys that can run the football. This time Jordan gets involved. He'll have another big chunk gain as he'll get down to around the 15 or 16-yard line.
Yeah, you can tell how much success you're having in the run game by when that running back makes the first contact with a defender. And right now, the Tide's doing such a good job at the line of scrimmage that no one's coming in contact with our running backs until 4 or 5 yards downfield.
7 yards there for Hawthorne. So he adds to his total tonight. I formation, Agana still in there at fullback. And we hand off to Hawthorne on the left side. He'll put his head down and get across the 15. He'll be pretty close to another FMB Picayune first down. Checking savings, loans, mortgages. If you need it, they've got it. FMB Picayune, your hometown bank. And that is enough for an FMB Picayune first down. Down to the 14-yard line. So a pickup of 3 there for number 14. Come to you for some yardage updates in a second because you've got several that you have to keep up with tonight, Jake. 1st and 10 here. Toss to Jordan Hawthorne around the left side. He's going to get run out of bounds inside the 10.
Yep.
It seems that they're seeing something, especially with that weak side, Jake. They're getting 5-6 chunks, making it look easy.
Well, so that time we kind of had an unbalanced line, and Biloxi's trying to compensate for it. So they got 3 on the right side of the ball. I would look for us to start running this thing back to the weak side now. Maybe not until the second half, but setting them up. You're like, here's another unbalanced line, so you got tackle over here, and see if they adjust to it.
Going to be handoff to Agana up the middle. He'll get a short gain. That's part of what we need to do, Jake, just to keep people honest, right? We need to keep those linebackers in check. So we'll get a short game there for Agana.
Well, and Biloxi's defense line stemmed to the last second. We run a man blocking scheme. We don't run a zone blocking scheme. So when you shift that man over, it throws us off, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That's why Agana got hit so early in the backfield there.
1:45 to go. Biloxi leading 7-0. Tide knocking on the door. 3rd and about 4 from the 8. Toss to Dennis around the right side. He cuts it up. I think he's got the first down or very close to it. Inside of the 5. They are waving him. So Dennis will have another F&B Picayune first down. This should be 1st and goal.
Yeah, great job by Kane McKinley out there in space, getting a block for Dennis to get around the edge. Just kind of getting whatever we want in the run game.
Picks up 5 there, Zay Dennis does. Be 1st and goal from the 3. 1:05 and the clock rolling here in the opening quarter. Tide trying to answer a Biloxi score.
Give it to my man Agana here.
Raven under center. Tried to hand it to Agana. That got blown. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to hit the replay on that because he was pushing Rayburn into the backfield as he was trying to hand it off.
Unfortunately, Biloxi kind of figured that's where he was going to go.
They heard that was going to happen. So
let's see what happened here. We try to run a trap, it looks like, and the defensive tackle kind of follows our pulling guard down. Center doesn't get back, and might be Agana's first negative play I've seen in his entire career, man. Unfortunate.
So we'll say 2nd goal from the 5. Going to toss it to Hawthorne. Hawthorne runs into a couple of defenders at about the 2. They're pushing and shoving at the 2, and they're going to blow him dead there. I thought they were going to try to get the tush push going there, Jake, but just couldn't get enough maroon jerseys in there.
Well, our quarterback, Mr. Rayburn, just got his welcome to the big leagues moment when he came around the corner on the power. One of Biloxi's linebackers met him and introduced himself in a very rude way.
Yeah, that's kind of rude to do that. That's going to end the first quarter. Tide going to be 3rd and goal from the 2 when we come back. You're listening to Maroon Tide Football on WRJW.
Craving a breakfast toaster or French toast sticks? Make it a meal and step up your breakfast with tots and a cold beverage. Sonic Drive-In has the perfect portable breakfast, and it's the perfect way to start your day. And at Sonic Drive-In in Picayune, you can stop by anytime because breakfast is served all day. Sonic Drive-In of Picayune on Highway 11 just north of Highway 43 North. Start your day Sonic style with happy eating at its best. That's what you get at Sonic Drive-In of Picayune. Destination delicious.
Back here getting the second quarter underway. We want to come to you, Jake, for a yardage update. Deanna Hunt, Yardage Premier Group, 601-273-1351.
Yeah, so the Tide already has 2 ball carriers over 50 yards. Jamari Hawthorne's got 5 for 50, and Mr. Dennis has 5 for 63. So both guys averaging over 10 yards a carry, which is very, very impressive early on. But it's evident, and when you watch our offense, that it's, we're stifled a little bit here towards the goal line, but that's to be expected. There's a shorter space to work with. Biloxi's kind of crunching things down, but we're manhandling them up front right now. Just to put it honestly, and I kind of alluded to this earlier in the game. I thought this was going to be a bit of a shootout because offensively we should have a very big upper hand, and I thought on the other side of the ball their offense would have a little bit in the upper hand. Just the type of offense that they run tends to give us some struggle. So need to punch this one in and maybe get a stop on defense.
It's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line. I want to thank our video sponsor tonight, Grit and Grind Coffee, fuel for the driven. Thank you to Mr. Keith Ladner and team for sponsoring tonight's video feed.
I like that name, Grit and Grind.
Grit and Grind. It's good stuff. You have to ask my wife what she gets. It's got 43,000 calories in it.
It's like dessert in a cup.
It's amazing. She says it's amazing. 3rd and goal here, I formation. Hawthorne's in the backfield. He's going to get the toss sweep, and Tide's going to try to push him in. No signal.
Wow.
No signal. They're going to say he's down at the old 1-foot guard line. Let's head down to Donald for a Picayune Eye Clinic sideline report. Don, that's close.
Yeah, he did. down but to the 1, so we're at the 1 yard line now, guys. 4th down.
Fourth and goal.
4th and goal. 4th and goal.
From the 1. Ty trying to answer here.
You know, this is probably where you miss Colt. Like you'd like to run a little bit of a sneak here. I don't know that we have enough trust with the current quarterback, but
Biloxi certainly crowding the box. They're going to toss it around the left side to Hawthorne, and he's going to get in.
Great job.
A little bit of misdirection on that toss sweep, Jake. I don't know if you caught that. Looks like almost the fullback kicked outside. And Hawthorne, I guess he just turned it in, not necessarily misdirection, but he didn't follow his blocker. He saw something and turned it in.
Yeah, it was a great job by him of realizing, hey, I need a yard. I'm not worried about the outside the tackle. I'm just going to put my head down. It's a very mature play. Put my head down and get that yard. Barrel in there, fall forward. Great job. Way to capitalize on a response here to Biloxi's early touchdown. Waving it off.
So it looks like the kick was up and penalty flag. So let's see. Jake said it.
Got a little bit of a flag fest here early on.
Let's don't start that nonsense.
Just decline it.
And can you decline it or must you re-kick? That's one of the weird things about high school. They are going to decline it. Nope. They're going to say you got to do it again. That's what I thought. That's one of the weirdest things about high school is you cannot decline that play. You must do it again. It cost Petal a state championship a few years ago. So we'll do it again. 7-6 right now. Cruz on. Tanner Rayburn holding this snap. Here it is. It's down. The kick is up, and Cruz misses this one wide left. So
that's the pedal thing right there.
That's the pedal thing exactly happened. I said it, and I jinxed us. 7-6 is the score. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Pearl River Community College has been providing a quality education to the people of South Mississippi and beyond for the past 110 years. If you or a family member is an alumnus of this great institution, we invite you to support future PRCC students through the PRCC Foundation Scholarship Program. Honor or memorialize a loved one or identify your support for the college by creating a scholarship through the PRCC Foundation with your tax-deductible financial gift. Call Delana Harris with the PRCC Foundation office at 601-403-1191 and make a financial investment in a young person's future at Pearl River Community College.
All right, Jake, give us this Mossy Picayune drive summary minus a PAT.
Yep, it was 12 plays, covered 66 yards. We took 6 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock, and it was Jamari Hawthorne, number 22, with a touchdown from a yard out. Like Tommy said, we missed that extra point after having a second try at it, and so that makes it a 6-7 ball game. Biloxi on top.
I'm going to get my scoreboard. I'm giving them all kind of weird numbers.
-3 to 7.
Try it again.
I think this right here can be a difference maker for Picayune, this kickoff, if we can get it to the end zone.
That one is going to be well inside the end zone. Good job there by Edgar Cruz as he kicks it about 8 yards deep. That's one way to keep him off the field. 11-12 to go here in the second quarter.
Big Edgar said force plus mass times acceleration, whatever it is in physics.
Dude's got a foot, what I'm talking about. So that'll put Biloxi at the 25, right? That's where they're going to put it down, or 20. Right?
20-yard line.
11-12 to go, 7-6. Biloxi leads this one. Todd answered after fumbling on the opening snap. Opening drive, I should say. So here's Ramsey, and somebody's going to jump. And I think that's going to back Biloxi up 5 yards. Put them back to the 15. All right, Ramsey Enders
again
wants to take the snap, and somebody moved again. I don't know who moved this time.
False start again.
False start again. We'll back them up another 5.
A little interesting set here, a heavy set for Biloxi.
So we'll back them up another 5. We'll be back to the 10 this time. 1st and 20. Ramsey wants to throw the football. Throws a little bubble screen out to the right. Tide comes up and defends that well. Be a minimum pickup, but good defense there by the Tide. And they'll get it out to We'll call it about 3. Out to the 13. Ramsey's got Thomas to his left. 4 wide receivers. Wants to throw it out here and got the bubble screen going again. And he'll get another 5 or 6 yard. Interesting, they're not pushing this ball downfield. They had some success last time. They get behind the chains and kind of want to throw some screens. We'll see what happens here for the Tide. They'll put that one out around the 18-yard line. So another pickup of about 5. It'll be 3rd and 12 here. 10:18 to go in the second quarter. Tide trails 7-6. Biloxi just doesn't give you a whole lot of time to write here. I'm trying to write stuff down in between plays. You got to do it quickly. Ramsey under pressure, dumps it off across the middle. Good play there by the quarterback. He's got a lot of room down the left side. I thought he was going to get run out of bounds way back there. That is Richard Stitt. What a good play there by the Biloxi quarterback as he was getting pressure and just kind of dumped it off. And then off to the races goes number 5.
Yeah, the pressure came from Nolan. Nolan had 55 on skates that time, had him going backwards, but great job by the quarterback stepping up in the pocket calmly, sees his receiver coming across the formation, dumps it off, great run after catch, across the 50.
48 officially, 1st and 10 there for Biloxi. If they can get some yards in chunk. Ramsey wants to throw the football, getting some pressure, steps up. Now going to try to run it, and he'll pick up a couple before he's tackled at around the 41-yard or 44-yard line, I should say.
Yeah, much better job in protection there, but you know, Ramsey decides to tuck it and run. He is a great athlete. We see him run the read option. We'll see him scramble out of the pocket like he just did on that prior play, where he can kind of make you pay if you get fall asleep at the wheel a little bit.
Right back in the formation, no huddle, 3 wide receivers, 1 back. Ramsey got a guy running wide open down the seam, and good defensive play over there. No, they caught the football.
He held on to it.
Wow, he held on to that football. That was a big blow there delivered by the Tide backfield. Tried to jaw the ball loose, but they held on to it, and the ball's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10.
I don't know. Am I wrong? Does he have an incomplete pass?
Sure doesn't seem like it. Sure doesn't seem like it. So
Yeah,
they're going to say he was at the 11. So 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll hand it off to Thomas. He'll get a couple. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, he overthrew the receiver.
Yeah, but there was a holding penalty on that on the Tide, so I mean, you don't count the play. I don't think he's thrown an incomplete pass. I mean, yeah, in formality, yeah, he'd have the overthrow, but I got him at 124 yards. He's 6 for 6, so he's doing a really nice job.
Thomas is going to pick up a couple there. Be 2nd and 7. Going to hand it to him again. He'll go straight up the middle. Little zone read. He'll get another 3 or 4.
What's that number?
Number 2, that's Thomas.
20. That's who's the back there.
20 now is Dixon. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize they put Dixon in there.
Yeah, he came back in.
Dixon and Thomas. I want to thank our second quarter sponsor, Jolene Houston, proud supporter of Picayune Maroon Tide, asking for your support on November 4th. See you at the poll. Roll Tide, roll.
Big 3rd down.
3rd down and about 6.
Timeout, Biloxi.
Biloxi's going to call the timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Do you need a delicious dessert? Well, you're in luck when you head on over to Paul's Pastry in Picayune for all your pastry and dessert needs, including the famous Butter Crunch cookies and seasonally decorated cupcakes. Try a Paul's specialty cake, perfect for any occasion from birthdays to weddings and any holiday. Let Paul's Pastry customize a cake for your next party or holiday. Paul's ships king cakes year-round. Stop by Paul's Pastry Shop today at the Top of the Hill Shopping Center, number 1 Sycamore Road off I-59, exit 6 in Picayune.
Jake, I'm impressed with Biloxi's offense, and I think they got us just a little bit rattled here. They can do both well. They can run the football and throw the football.
Yeah, they're like a great value Brandon. You know, they move fast. They spread you out. Like I said, I don't think they have quite the raw talent that Brandon did, but listen, they execute very well. I mean, the quarterback don't have an incomplete pass. He has the one that we had a penalty on, which doesn't count. So 124 yards, no incomplete passes. I mean, they're executing their offense well, and they're just kind of hitting us. What we've put on film, we struggle to defend.
So it looks like Ramsey and Thomas back in there behind him. He's going to hand it to Thomas this time, and he gets blown up there by the Tide.
And this is where offenses like Biloxi struggle. When you get inside the 10, when you get inside the 15, and that field gets shorter, and you kind of are forced to be able to establish the run, you're forced to be physical, you can see them struggle a little bit, and that's what's happening here. They're third and short from a 10-yard line. That field crunches in on you. You get the boundary as a defender for you, and so they're kind of hesitant to want to take those to spread the ball out a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see here what they do on this fourth and rather long, 7-8 yards.
Kelvin Stallings and also Xavier Jackson in on the tackle. We've got a Maroon Tide defender down. We'll step away for 30 seconds while they tend to him.
Abby Turnage, lead mammography technologist, Highland Community Hospital.
Mammograms are important because they help us do early detection. A mammogram is never going to keep you from getting breast cancer, but early detection is what is going to make you have your best possible outcome. We want you to get your mammogram as early as possible, and you should have those yearly beginning at age 40.
Highland Community Hospital, here when you need us most.
So it looks like that was Xavier coming off on his, sorry, not Xavier. It was Xavier Jackson. He comes out on his own accord, which is good. And fourth and goal here, fourth and 4, I should say. Going to throw the ball on a slant across the middle, and the Tide defends it well. Made him go up the ladder, Jake. And they're going to turn the ball over here, fourth and 4 from inside the 15.
Yeah, great defense by the Tide. Listen, I thought the throw was
not bad.
Yeah, it made him go up a little bit, but I think he had to. But nonetheless, great job of kind of dropping back into that zone by the Tide, taking away that throwing lane. Big stand up on fourth down there to keep Biloxi out of the end zone. Now we get the ball deep in our own territory, so it's even more important that we practice the fundamentals. We get the pitch, we hold on to the ball here. Like, you don't want any of these turnovers, but you would love to take off, another 6-7 minutes here and put that thing in the end zone.
7:27 to go here in the second quarter. Tide trails 7-6 after turning away the Indians deep in Tide territory. Going to be a toss sweep around the right side. That's Hawthorne. Hawthorne's got some running room. He's got the first down and more. He's across the 25, 30, 35, 40. And he finally gets drugged down from behind. That was first and 10 from our 9-yard line, and he's going to get all the way out to, we'll call it the 44. Is that 36 yards? Is that my math correct?
Yeah, so Jordan Hawthorne there on the wingback reverse. I mean, just really good job of blocking there for with our offensive line, with our lead blockers. He does a good job in space of kind of making some cuts, making some guys miss. Heck of an athlete. Big run.
A.K. Burnett, man, great job 10 yards down the field.
Yep.
Here is Dennis around the left side on the toss sweep, and he'll pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, it's a huge play. One, you get out of the shadow of your own end zone. You get this thing out closer to the 50-yard line. But it's just a good momentum builder. Like you're kind of up against a Biloxi offense here, so just even more confidence in your offense. Hey, we can move the ball at will. Let's go put this thing in the end zone and take some pressure off of our defense.
Second and about 7. Ball's on the 46-yard line. Going to be handoff on the right side. I believe that's Dennis again. He'll be across the midfield stripe around the 49. He'll pick up another respectable chunk, bring up 3rd and short. It'll be a pickup of 4 there. Ball will be on the Indian 49, so it'll be 3rd down and about 3. We're going to hold it right here. Got a timeout on the field. 5:57 to go here in the second quarter. Tide trails at 7-6, but threatening here with a drive. And Jake, you said it, I think our best defense here for a while is just offense. Hold on to the football and see if we can kind of run it down the throat and do something. I want to thank our second quarter sponsor, Jolynn Houston, proud supporter of Picayune Maroon Tide, asking for your support on November the 4th. See you at the polls. Roll, Tide, roll.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when Ford's over there drinking water on the bench, he can't hurt you. So if you can hold on to this thing, chew up some time of possession, I'm not even mad that it's third down. Like, I'd love to see us go to third down every one of our opportunity. Every time we move the chains, I'd like to take all 3 opportunities to get that first down, chew some more of this clock up. Like, this is not the type of offense you want to get in a 2-minute drill right before half. So, you take this ball, you score, you take the lead going into the locker room, you'd feel really good about that.
Don't go anywhere. In about 6 minutes, we'll have the Metal Building Supply halftime show. Coach Tyler Smith will be talking to Kerry. Handoff on the right side. That is Dennis, and he's off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. He's got a 4-yard head start.
Well,
and he just dances into the end zone. I don't see the penalties.
There is one. It's going to be on us, and it's the same thing that we're just I don't want to. You can't do that. You can't do that.
You can see it on the replay there. So big hole that they blew open. Unfortunately, they continued to block downfield, and they're going to get us for a block in the back. It appears. We'll head down to Donald for a Picayune Clinic sideline report.
So I think they're going to get personal foul, unnecessary roughness. I mean,
that's ugly. Are they going to say after the play?
Yeah, it should be. It should be from. Yeah, correct.
So Dennis is going to get credit for a 49-yard TD run.
Well, no, I don't.
Now they're calling holding.
Okay.
So you can't. That
makes it worse.
That can't be. Let me scratch all that out. That's going to be marked off from the spot of the foul.
That feels punitive, to be honest. I mean, you could have called that, like you said, after play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, they were asking the coach where you want it, which is why I was thinking they were going to do after the play, but he signaled holding, which is not something that can happen after the play. That's during the play, so that'll erase the touchdown. And that's going to put the ball back. I'm trying to see where they're going to lay it down.
Isn't that a spot foul, though, from the infraction, which was up here by the 30,
it is 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. You're right.
Well,
wherever they believe that it started or it happened.
Which, to me, was around the 30.
So they put the ball down at the 43-yard line.
So from the 33, yeah. So I think that's about right.
So
either way it goes,
6 yards officially.
It's just you can't continue to do that.
Hawthorne back in there. Jordan Hawthorne. He's back behind Agana. 1st and 10 from the 43. 5:43 to go. Hand off to Hawthorne on the right side. He'll plow into a bunch of white jerseys and he'll get a few yards. I think the Tide is happy just to chew away here at yardage and clock, and then if they get a big run, they'll take it. 2 yards there by it's 22, Jordan Hawthorne. 7-6 here in the second quarter. 5:17, clock rolling. Both offenses have really been having their way with the defenses. Both offenses have sputtered on one drive. Let's see if the Tide can do something here on their third drive. Going to be a toss to Hawthorne around the right side. He'll fall across the 40. Get a couple yards here. Bring up third and fairly long, about 6. We'll give him 2 officially there. I'm going to have the Paul Spacer Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question. 601-590-5950. 601-590-5950. That's your number. Please text your answer and your name. Text your answer and your name. 601-590-5950. I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the question right after this play. Going to be a double reverse to Hawthorne, a wingback reverse. He'll get down across the 30. I think he's got enough for the first down. We'll take it to the official spot. Here's the question. 601-590-5950. 2 NFL quarterbacks won the AP NFL MVP while throwing 20 or more interceptions that same season. Which 2 quarterbacks won the NFL MVP while throwing 20 or more interceptions? Tell me who it was in the year. 601-590-5950. Hawthorne will get credit for 8 as he'll get down to the 31. 1st and goal. That's another F&B Picayune. First down, not first and goal. From the 31. Handoff to Dennis around the right side. He's trying to repeat what he did earlier. This time Biloxi's going to run him down from behind, but he'll have another big chunk first down.
Yeah, nice gain of 15 there, and just the lead. Kane McKinley does a good job of leading up in there, picking up that play side linebacker. And Dennis just doing what Dennis does.
We're going to give him 16 officially down to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 there. Another FMB Picayune first down.
Let's clock it.
Todd not taking not really in a hurry. 3:21 to go here. Clock rolling in the second quarter. I formation. Dennis in there behind McKinley. Going to hand to McKinley. And McKinley gets across the 10. I see some laundry. I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll hold it.
They're going to call illegal procedure. The guy didn't get his whistle up in time to blow it dead.
Cool. So we'll blow that one dead. Thank you, Donald, for that Picayune Clinic sideline report. So I'm getting some answers on the Paul Spacer Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question. Remember, I need the answers, your name, and the answer is not only the quarterbacks but the years. So I need the full answer and your name for it to qualify. So they're going to back them up to where, the 19-yard line?
Yep.
So -5 there on the penalty. So 2nd and 15 from the 19 for the Tide. 2:54 to go. Handoff on the left side to Dennis. He dances into a couple of Indian defenders, and he'll pick up most of the penalty yardage back. Injured player there. We're going to hold it here for 1 second because we've got 2:40 to go. Where'd they put the ball down? 16. My phone is blowing up, so I thought that was going to be a little
Must
more
have been an easy one.
I thought it was a little. I gave them really easy ones, 1 and 2, games 1 and 2, but I tried to be a little more difficult. Looks like it was too Googleable. Let's see here.
We'll thank the folks from Mossy Motors. Mossy Motors of Picayune.
A bunch of answers. I want to thank our second quarter sponsor, Jolene Houston, proud supporter of Picayune Maroon Tide, asking for your support on November 4th. See you at the polls. Roll Tide roll. So the Paul Spacer Shop Mardi Gras trivia question: Which 2 NFL quarterbacks won the NFL MVP while throwing 20 or more interceptions that year? Let's see who did it first. Got a bunch of guesses here, Jake. Let's see if I got anybody that got it right. Got a right answer. Bunch of guesses. Scott Hillary.
There we go. He's a sponsor, too. Shout out.
Scott Hillary. Thank you, Scott, for sponsoring. The answer is Terry Bradshaw and Kurt Warner, 1978 and 2001, respectfully. I think Bradshaw threw 21 and Warner threw 20, if I remember. So here's a toss sweep around the right side. Tide's back in order, and Dennis is not going to get much. He'll get across the 15, maybe 2. That's going to bring up 3rd and long from the 14.
Yeah.
Tide trying to milk the clock here, Jake. 2:15 and rolling.
Well, now listen, it's 3rd and 9 here. Like this is
not milking anymore.
No, now you're trying to get in. Like you trying to figure it out, and you just deal with how much time you leave on there.
So it looks like Coach is going to let this one run down and take a timeout. We will prepare to do that with them here. Just about 2 minutes for the Metal Building Supply halftime show. Don't want to miss that. Looks like Coach is going to call a timeout. We'll step away and we'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Scott Hillary and Hillary Law Firm PLLC focuses primarily in the areas of divorce, child custody, wills and estates, DUI, defense, and personal injury, where he has served a wide variety of clients throughout South Mississippi. As a longtime resident of Picayune, Scott works personally with each client to create a personalized plan to achieve goals set based on their individual legal situation. Call 769-242-0375 for an appointment. Mr. Hillary understands that no cases are identical and that each legal matter requires a unique and individualized plan based on each client's specific needs.
Coming out of a timeout here, Jake, what do you do? What's your play? I mean, you almost feel that this is the reverse, the wingback reverse. This will be the play, but I don't think we're going to run it. We ran it for a big gain earlier. Maybe we go to the well here. What are you thinking?
Well,
got a young quarterback in.
To me, you have 2 downs to get 9 yards is the way I'm looking at it. So I'm running my offense here. I'm trying to get 4 or 5, trying to cut this thing in half. And then I would be going for it, the same way Biloxi did. Like, that kind of sets the tone for the game. It's like field goals ain't winning this thing. We got to go score. So I think you got 2 downs to get 9 yards here. Try to cut it in half on this first play.
So going to be 3rd and 9.
Oh, boy.
Raven wants to throw the football and throws a pretty good pass across the middle, throws it into traffic. Wanted to throw it to Hawthorne. That was pretty well defended there by Biloxi.
Yeah, it was very well defended. They stayed home in the back end. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, it's a good time to say it. A lot of these pass plays that we run, we get 1 or 2 guys in the pattern, quarterback has 1 read, and so even though there is double coverage there, that's where he's throwing the ball. And he does a good job of not turning it over, but we need to get this field goal here.
Cruz is on, so Jake has been in sync. That one's going to be up and good. They kicked that quickly. That was going to be up and good from Edgar Cruz, and he kicks that one from about 35 yards.
Yeah.
They put it down the 25-yard line, so that's good. I'll come back and tell you how Jake is not in sync with the tie tonight. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Hello, Maroon Tide fans. This is Deanna Hunt, a Picayune native and a graduate of Picayune Memorial High School. I am a local real estate agent with RE/MAX Premier Group. Whether you are ready to buy or sell, I would love to help you with any of your real estate needs. Give me a call today at 601-273-1351. I am Deanna Hunt, a proud supporter of our Picayune Maroon Tide and your local RE/MAX Premier Group agent. Call today and let's find you the perfect home. Roll, Tide, roll.
All right, Jake, give us this Mossy of Picayune drive summary. We weren't expecting it.
Yeah, 13 plays, 77 yards. It was a 5-minute, 40-second time of possession and a 32-yard field goal by Edgar Cruz to put the Tide on top, 9-7, with minute 37 left in the half. And, I mean, to your point, being off sync a little bit, my thought process here is if you turn over on downs, there's a minute left, and Biloxi's got to go 95 yards. I just personally, the way I'm seeing them move the ball, I don't think field goals are going to win the game. Could be wrong. This could come down to, a 2 or 3 point game, so we'll see. But, minute 37 still a lot of time for a Biloxi team. I believe they only have 1 timeout.
No doubt. Cruz is going to kick that one, and it's going to be taken in. Are they going to let him come out? No, they're calling it touchback. I was going to say he was. No, they're going to let him come out. He was 2 yards deep. The umpire gave the touchback signal, but still let him come out. Didn't blow his whistle. So that's.
Tommy, he winded the clock with his arm. That was his motion for winding the clock.
Oh, that's crazy.
What happened was he caught it on the outside of the goal line. His momentum carried him in, so they can bring it out once that happens.
Really? So that's interesting. So I thought once you cross the goal line, it was dead. You're saying if it carries you in, you can.
If your momentum carries you in, you can bring it out on a kickoff.
Well, I'll tell you, Biloxi's head coach was hoping he was going to let it go.
Yeah, I agree. They're out 1st and 10 from the 21, 29 to go, but 129 is an eternity with these guys, Jake.
I believe you are correct, unfortunately.
4 wide receivers here for Ramsey. Thomas is to his right. Wants to throw the football, wants to throw it to the right, got a double move, and throws it by a receiver. Had the outside receiver wide open, Jake just didn't see.
And his offensive coordinator is jumping up and down and frustrated. He's letting him know, like, hey, you guy was over the top, like you had him wide open, exactly how we drew it up. But he ditched it. He ate it, threw it out of bounds, and lives to see another day.
2nd and 10, 1:25. Clock stops on an incomplete pass. 9-7. Picayune leads it here in the second quarter. Same cast of characters, 4 wide receiver. Thomas is to the right of Ramsey. Got to fake the handoff and throw it across the middle, and that is a nice pass that is completed up around the 40-yard line. I'm impressed with this kid. I'll just tell you.
And listen, he took a lick from Nolan. Nolan's now moved over to the other offensive tackle, so he's not against the it's not good on good anymore. But great job of the quarterback of hanging tough in there and completing that pass. Excellent ball.
20-yard completion there by Ramsey. Right back up to the line of scrimmage there. And this time they got a fumble. The snap. It looks like he wanted to hand it off to Thomas on a little sweep. zone sweep, I guess we would call it, and just didn't get it off. They'll lose 5 back to the 35-yard line. Clock is rolling. 44 seconds to go. Tide will. Here's a pass across the middle.
So this is an interesting strategy here, and it's just something I want to point out. It's obvious passing situations for Biloxi, right? So you take your best pass rusher and you move them on their not as good offensive tackle. The reason why you can't do that in the normal situation is because Biloxi would just run it to the opposite side of the field, because now they have their best lineman against your not best lineman. But when it's this situation, when it's obvious passing, you want your best pass rusher against their not good offensive lineman.
37 seconds ago, I started to say Tide will kick. So Biloxi will receive the second half kickoff. Ramsey back, throws it across the middle. It is complete midfield. He's got a lot of running room. He bounces off a couple of defenders. That's Richard Stitt. And he's going to be down around the Tide 35. They got something cooking, 28 seconds to go. I told you a minute 27 is a lot of time here for these guys. So they're going to put it down at the 35. They're going to call timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Dr. Chi Yan, General Surgeon at Highland Community Hospital. Over the last 10 years, the surgical services offered have grown exponentially. We have been able to add multiple services to our surgery department, which includes urology, general surgery, and advanced laparoscopic surgery, as well as ophthalmology services. Highland Community Hospital is here when you need us most. For more information, please contact 601-358-9400.
Another 30-yard pass there, Jake, and these guys just seem to be able to kind of do what they want to at will from the offensive side of the ball.
Well, listen, number 4's got 10 attempts for 174 yards.
Wow.
He's not messing around, and he's got 2 incomplete passes. So, like you said, a minute and 30 is plenty of time for them to march down here and put some points on the board. You got to tighten up here on defense.
28 seconds to go. Ramsey wants to throw the football. Got a man running free down the seam, overthrows him and intercepted. Overthrows him and intercepted by the Tide. He's got a little bit of a wall. He's going to bring it out to the 40-yard line, and boy, that's exactly what the Tide needed. That was Cam Quinn. And Quinn was back there like a center fielder, Jake, just pulled it in and ran it back. I think the Tide will be happy to sit on it here, 15 seconds to go.
I agree. I mean, as soon as we were singing his praises, he has a little bit of overthrow in him. We've seen it once or twice. And that time he mailed one, and Cam Quinn was there to take advantage of it. I thought there was good coverage on the back end regardless of the overthrow. I didn't think that receiver was as open as they were used to them being. Great job by the Tide defense of stepping up in a huge situation to keep Biloxi off the board. Prevent them from being able to go for 2 for 1.
So we'll see what the Tide does here. 15 seconds to go. They do have a timeout or 2. So we'll see what they try to do. A toss sweep around the right side of Dennis. He's going to get a couple of yards, and I think that's the play where if you get a big chunk, you call timeout. No big chunk, and you let the time expire, which is what's going to happen here. So hang around here for just about 4 more seconds, and we'll give you the Metal Building Supply halftime show with Mr. Kerry Metzler and Coach Tyler Smith. You're listening to Maroon Tide Football on WRJW.
You're listening to WRJW, 1320 AM and W295DG, 106.9 FM, Picayune, Mississippi, the pick of Picayune and Pearl River County.
And welcome to the Metal Building Supply halftime show here on Maroon Tide Football, joined here tonight by defensive line coach for Picayune, Tyler Smith. Tyler, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to get you. I know we can't get you during the game, so we had to sit down here at the field house. But, man, let's kind of walk us through your playing career. Of course, you played at Pearl River Central. You came here. We're going to talk about that. But talk about your introduction to football and then as you went through and played high school up the road.
So I started playing football. You know, I played Pee Wee football, junior high football, that kind of stuff. I played – Eric Collins was my first high school coach. His first year there was in my ninth grade year. And, you know, I played it for him under ninth grade all through high school. And we went to 2 South State championships, and you know how those went with us. I mean, it wasn't very good, but I mean, we made it there, and we were pretty good while I was there. And then after that, I went on to the River and played under Coach Jones for 2 years, and then USM, and then I got here in 2019, and it's all history from there.
You came here in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, as a graduate assistant.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that experience coming from playing to coaching here, particularly at a program at that time one of the best in the state, still one of the best in the state. But at that time, there was about 4 or 5 years there that this thing just kept rolling and rolling and rolling right up till down.
Right. So in 2019, I had a class at USM that I had to get practicum hours for student coaching. And I didn't know anybody. That's whenever Collins was long gone at PRC. I didn't know anybody there. So I said, well, maybe I'll give Picayune a shot. And I knew some people that knew Coach Lee when he was here. So I got his phone number, called him one day out of the blue, and I said, hey, Coach Lee, I'm so-and-so. I'm looking for somewhere to come kind of sit in and watch and, learn the ropes. And he welcomed me in like I was one of the own. So I'm real grateful for, what he did. And I showed up here in 2019 and actually was under Cody. I was an assistant offensive line coach while he was the offensive line coach and offensive coordinator. And so I was with Cody the whole time in 2019. We ended up going to the state championship that year. We're pretty dang good, so I couldn't have picked a better school to show up at. So
when you arrived here one day, I asked Coach Lee, I said, who is that? He said, that's Tyler Smith. And he said this, and I always remember, he said, that guy's going to be a great football coach.
That's awesome.
And
That's awesome.
and what he said is true. Let's talk about coaching defensive line here. Man, you had a chance to coach some great ones, got some good ones on this team this year. But just talk about that mindset of coaching defensive line, but also more than that, talk about the preparation y'all do each week.
Right. So, when I showed up and when Cody hired me in 2020 and told me, hey, you're going to coach a defensive line, I didn't even play defensive line when I was playing. So it was a different perspective, but I came with an offensive line perspective saying, hey, this is what I would do against offensive linemen, and, just trying to use that perspective. And then, I've always been one to kind of, I want to learn. I'm not here to be stagnant. I want to learn and grow. So I kind of self-taught everything and with the help of these coaches too. So learning defensive line while I've been here has been great. It gives me a whole different perspective to the game. And like you said, I've been fortunate to have some great athletes. They make me look like a way better coach than I am. But that's just a testament to them. And week-to-week basis, our whole motto up front is we want to control the game on the defensive side. I tell them guys every week that no matter what offense lines down, we're going to have the best defensive line in the state. And I tell them that because I believe it's true, but I want them to have that mindset that, hey, you are the best front in the state. No matter if they try to block you with 5, 6, 7, it doesn't matter. You are the best defensive line in the state, and you got to play like it. And so what that entails is we go out there with a mentality that we're going to dominate, snap the whistle. We're going to be the more physical team. We're going to get after you, and we're going to cause problems all night long. And I just want those kids to carry that mindset through the whole game.
I mentioned you have coached some good ones, and I'm going to leave somebody out. But just this last couple of years, you have Monte Waller, great football player. You got Nolan right now. You got JB, who's over at Gulf Coast. Of course, Macon, bless his heart, got hurt. And I know I'm leaving some out this first.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, just talk about coaching those guys and what you have learned. And I say this from people. Coaches tell me that sometimes they learn from their players.
Oh, yeah, look. That's the thing is I've coached a lot of great kids, some that have been Division I athletes and some that aren't. And just everybody brings something different to the table. Like, you could be a fantastic high school defensive lineman, football player, and never go play college football. And that's okay, But you learn from everybody. And I try to tell them kids, hey, football player or not, I love you as a young man, and I'm here for you forever. I've been with these kids for 4 years. I love you like you're my own, and I want you to know that. And you go play college or not. And that's I talk to Waller all the time. I got the ones here that I talk to all the time. JB I talk to. You're not including Carson Connor. Carson Connor was a kid here in my first year that came in. I was his senior year, his defensive line coach. He goes on to go to East Mississippi and Austin Peay. I still talk to Carson. Carson just got married and had a baby. So congratulations to him. But,
Big Zay, another one?
Big Zay's now he's at Pearl River playing in. So there's kids all over the place, and I'm so proud of every one of them. And I try to stay in touch with all of them because, I want the kids to know that this isn't just 4 years. I mean, this is for life. I don't want you to be able to call me at any point and say, hey, Coach Smith, I need this, that, and the other. Or if you want to call and talk, I just want to be here for the kids.
Tyler, whenever you came here, kind of take a step back and think about that. But You played at Pearl Central. There's been a bunch of them that played at Pearl Central. Coach Hayden is one of those that had done that. Coach Edwards was another one. Coach Smith, Seth Smith, when he was here, that played at Pearl Central. And I know there's a big rivalry as far as the game goes. But what I've learned about this is, for the most part, the coaches and the players get along. I think it's the fans more so than anybody else.
Right.
Just your perspective on that.
So I'm glad you bring that up, because the perspective of it from my side now that I'm here, because like you said, I played there and now I coach here, is I hate to say it, but it's kind of one-sided. Like, you know, it's more of the, like you said, more of a fans thing. You know, as coaches and players, you kind of see it as it's just another game on the schedule. I mean, it's a big game, don't get me wrong, and it's a rivalry game, but, you know, like all of them, they're all important, and you want to win every single one of them. So as a player, especially whenever I was playing, it was big, and you think of it more of as a game, you know, more than a game. It's a rivalry between two towns in the same county, and, you know, as you get older, you mature a little bit, and you realize that, you know, from the coach's side, it's just one game. You take it one game at a time, you try to win them all. So that's what it is for us.
We're going to take a break here on the Metal Building Supply Halftime Report. We're going to come back right after this and continue our conversation with Coach Tyler Smith. Back right after this.
When it comes to metal building supply won't be undersold. With over 30 years' experience, their team of professionals can assist you in all your metal supply needs. From residential to commercial, roofing, siding, and buildings, metal remains one of the most durable choices in residential roofing. Whether you like the standing seam look of no-show fasteners or a more traditional look where the fasteners show, Metal Building Supply has got you covered. Located at 3521 Highway 43 North in Picayune, give them a call at 769-242-2630. Metal Building Supply, handling all of your metal supply needs.
Hard-working man.
And welcome back to the Metal Building Supply Halftime Report here on Maroon Tide Football. Tyler, I want to kind of go into this. Let's talk about during the game. Of course, let me take a step back. During the week, you and Seth Hayden looking at game plan, putting things together, kind of walk us through that preparation. Then I also want to jump to game day itself. But let's talk about, hey, we got to play Biloxi, for example, this week. Walk us through the preparation y'all go through.
So the preparation we have each week is, and the constant since I've been here has been me and Seth. And so me and Seth have been working real close for all this time now. And Seth is a great coach, great defensive-minded coach. So with him, it's his game plan, and then we bring our insight to it. And he kind of leans on me for things like, hey, what do you think of this or that and this and that? And you know, same thing on the sidelines. I'm there for him when he needs me. I'm there to kind of calm him down in situations, give him advice in situations, but it's literally it's him calling his game plan, being the coach that he is. I mean, we see him on Friday night. He's electric. He's got all that energy on the field, you know, and he coaches like that. He coaches with a lot of passion, and it's like when Coach Lawler got here. When we played Gulfport 2 weeks ago, I told him, I said, guys, let Seth coach. Like, Seth's a great coach. He's got a great game plan. He's going to call this how it needs to be called. We just have to be there to support him when it gets tough. And that's all it is. You know, when you prepare, you kind of go in with a game plan each week, and it's just helping Seth get to where we need to be.
Now, I want to go back to something you said here. I'm going to go back and give you a chance to clear something. You talked about all his energy on the sideline. I've seen videos calling the games for the years here when you're on the sideline. I've seen a guy down there with a headset on with a real long beard who gets a little excited too. Well, there's some stories behind that.
I know. Look, I'm a young guy. I mean, don't let the long beard and my receding hairline fool you. I'm still a young man, so I've got plenty of energy. I've been known to get up and get rowdy a time or two, so I'm not ashamed of that. You know, on the defensive side, you got to play with energy. You got to have it. If you don't have the energy, how do you expect your kids to play with energy? You got to be energetic. Got to. So I'm not ashamed of that by any means.
I want to go back to something you said earlier, and it's ironic. You know, Seth was a great running back in high school and college, and you an offensive lineman. But he said something similar to you said. He said, having been on the other side of the football, you look at things different. And I think there's an advantage, and I think you kind of touched on that.
Definitely. When you're able to see it from both sides, it gives you a whole different perspective. Seth played offense his whole career, high school, college. I played offense my whole career. Mm-hmm. And then when you flip and you start coaching on the other side, you start thinking about different things like, you know, it brings a different perspective. Like, you know, when Seth says, hey, how are they going to block this certain play? Well, I know how they're going to block this certain play because I've blocked it a million times, one way or the other. This is how they're going to do it. This is how we can defend it. This is how it helps us tactically, give us an advantage. Same thing with Seth. Like, how are they going to throw the ball here? Well, he said, well, if I'm a receiver, we're going to run this route in this space, and here's how we can defend it. And it just brings a different perspective to it. And I think everybody should see, if you're going to coach at any level, from both sides. If you can see it from both sides, it's going to give you an advantage either way.
You had a chance to be exposed to Eric Collins, very successful coach, and of course Coach Smith was up there with him, or they had left that time actually. Or did you?
He was there my sophomore year.
Sophomore year, yeah. And then you turn around and you had that one season with Coach Lee, and then now with Coach Stogner. You have been blessed with the opportunity to be around some great football coaches.
Absolutely. The good Lord has favored me in more ways than one and more ways than I deserve, that's for sure. But, I seen Coach Collins. Whenever I started coaching here, we played him at East Central once or twice. And, he would come talk to me, tell me how proud of him or proud of me he was. And, I still think of things that he taught me to this day. Whenever we were running the wing T at PRC, and we played wing T teams for all these years. Again, it goes back to having that insight. Like, hey, this is how they're going to block this. Like, this is how this is going to work. And especially like when we played Coach Patrick down at West Harrison, he's a descendant of that Collins wing T. So I like just things that I know like that are going to happen. And Coach Lee, being here with Coach Lee, it gave me a whole different perspective too on certain things. Knowing being around him and how he just operates, practices, and in the locker room and all that. We all know he's a great football coach, but we wanted to, just see how he operates outside of here, what makes everything, so successful. So I've been blessed for sure.
Talk about working for Cody these last couple of years. Y'all played some great games, some great moments. We already mentioned a lot of those great players, but just taking a step back. Let's say you're 15. 20 years down the road in your career, and we'd love for you to stay here, but let's just say, what will you look back on of what you gained from Coach Stogner?
Just him giving me the ability to coach how we want to coach. Obviously all head coaches want you to do things the certain way, and it's they're right. It's their program. They want to hold it to a certain standard. You coach to that standard, but being able to just get out there and coach my guys and not having to look over my shoulder all the time, and he's with everybody. Cody's going to let you coach. He's going to make sure you do it, do it the right way and get where we need to be. But he's going to let you coach. And Cody's been great. He's always made sure that we've been family first around here. I couldn't have asked for a better first gig to land. It's right here. And like you said, I have no plans of going anywhere soon. I'd love to be a head coach one day. I do have those aspirations, but I'm in no rush. Just whenever the good Lord tells me it's time, it's time. But until then, I'll be right here.
One last thing, Coach. Someone out there listening got a youngster in Pee Wee football right now. Advice you'd give those as a parent? What would be the advice you'd give them?
Make them stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Football is a game that teaches you more than just a game. It teaches young men how to be tough, how to be disciplined, how to overcome adversity. I look back at things in my life with football. Football, and this is a story for another time, but football saved my life at one point, and I love this game, and I advise parents, keep your kids in it, even if it's tough. Make them fight through the tough times. Make them fight through that adversity, because in the long run, it's going to make them better young men, and that's what the advice I give.
Well, Coach Lee was right, by the way.
I sure do appreciate Coach Lee. That's awesome.
Tyler, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Kerry.
When it comes to metal building supply won't be undersold. With over 30 years experience, their team of professionals can assist you in all your metal supply needs. From residential to commercial, roofing, siding, and buildings, metal remains one of the most durable choices in residential roofing. Whether you like the standing seam look of no-show fasteners or a more traditional look where the fasteners show, Metal Building Supply has got you covered. Located at 3521 Highway 43 North in Picayune, give them a call at 769-242-2630. Metal Building Supply, handling all of your metal supply needs.
Hard-working man.
You've been listening to the Metal Building Supply halftime show. Thank you to Coach Tyler and Kerry Metzler for having a great conversation. Coach Tyler Smith, he's a cool dude, does a lot of cool things, and so glad to have him on the show tonight. Also glad to have my partner, Jake Feely. We're going to get Jake a chance here. Jake, we don't normally get this. We got several minutes here actually to talk about some strategery here in the first half as the Tide's marching band is out on the field finalizing their performance. If you're watching the video stream, Mr. Kevin Weiss doing a great job as always, pulling them right up into your TV and showing them what's going on. But Jake, let's talk about this first half. Is, you know, the Tide comes out, they get the opening kick, drive down to the 21-yard line, fumble the football. Biloxi picks it up or starts it really at our 20, and they drive 80 yards and do it in about 3 minutes, and they score a touchdown. Tide gets it back. We go 12 plays that time, and we're able to punch it in from 1 yard out. And then Biloxi gets it back. This time there's a turnover on downs as we force them to go for fourth down around the 8-yard line and turn them away. This time we go 13 plays and end up kicking a 35-yard Edgar Cruz field goal. Biloxi gets it back with 1:29 to go in the second quarter, and they drive from their 20 down to our 35. They do it pretty quickly with just over a minute taken off the clock, and we get our first INT of the night, which turns them away, and we're able to run out the clock here in the second half. Biloxi will receive the second half kickoff, but kind of what you expected, Jake. You talked about it, that Biloxi had an offense they could score quickly. I love your euphemism, a great value brand, Brandon, right? I don't know that that's given them quite enough credit. I think they're a little higher than great value brand, quite honestly. I really do. I think that they don't have the horses that Brandon had, as you said, right? And gracious, I don't know that I'd want to play them if they had those horses, but hey, don't take anything away from these guys. They can play football. They can pick it up in chunks.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, it may have been a little bit of a discredit to what Biloxi's doing, but, you know, my key takeaway from that first half, and to your point about not wanting to play them if they had the same amount of time, is they only had the ball for 3 possessions, and even more to that, they only ran about 20 plays. I may have missed 1 or 2, so I have them officially at 19 plays, but with penalties and stuff, maybe like 22, 23 plays. So that's probably why this game is 7-9, is the fact that offensively we were just absolutely chewing clock. I mean, the first drive, we drive it all the way down to the 23, like you said, and we fumble, and we ate up a lot of time there. So then, you know, you get the next drive was 12 plays, 6 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. Then we had a 13-play drive that ended in a field goal. We had the ball for a 4th time there just to run 1 play, but you know, we're doing a good job of what we kind of talked about coming into the game, in that we've established ourselves on offense. We've got some consistency. We're chewing up the clock. We're keeping their high-powered offense off of the field. I have us right now at 6.7 yards per play, which, yeah, if you do the math on that, that's 2 plays and a first down. So doing a really good job. You know, like, I would be a fool not to mention the fact that number 4 for Biloxi is an incredible quarterback. You know, he had the interception there to end that last drive for him, but I have him at 11. He's 8 for 11 with 174 yards early in this ball game, and in the first half of this ball game. And, you know, there's been some times defensively where we've had really good coverage, and he's made a really good throw, and he had a companion at wide receiver that made a really good catch. So, you know, this has been a test. You know, I thought Gulfport was a decent adversary, but here in this third game, Biloxi is, for me, probably by far the best team that we've had to play so far this season.
I would absolutely agree with that. Gulfport may have had a few better star individuals, but from a complete offense, at least, they certainly have had it. Let's step away here, word from my sponsors. We'll come back. We've still got a few minutes. We'll head down to Donald, get his thoughts on the first half.
For more than 60 years, the Fortenberry Meat Market has been known for the best selection of quality steaks, fresh-cut meats, and country smoked sausage. Fortenberry's will be accepting deer meat for processing this season between the hours of 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Please always call ahead and be prepared to wait in line. Fortenberry's will set limits and close the gates early when necessary to maintain their quality and quick turnaround times, so try to arrive early. Good luck and happy hunting. Fortenberry's is open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 601-798-2156 or take the beautiful drive to Fortenberry's, located at 5739 Highway 43 North in Henleyville. No one does it like Fortenberry's. Nobody.
Head down to Donald for Picayune Eye Clinic sideline report. Don, kind of what's the mood as the Tide is coming out here, getting ready for the second half? What was the mood towards the end of the first half?
You know, they were all into the game, high emotions, and never seemed to be let down, you know, like they did last week. So we expect some good things coming out. They look a little motivated, so we expect a lot of excitement in the second half.
Looking forward to it. Want to thank Grit and Grind Coffee tonight for sponsoring our video stream. Grit and Grind Coffee, fuel for the driven. Also want to thank our third quarter sponsor, Jolene Houston, proud supporter of Picayune Maroon Tide. Asking for your vote on November the 4th. See you at the poll. Roll Tide. Roll. So Tide comes out here, got a minute 23 to go before halftime. Jake, what's your keys to the second half? Have they changed really now that you've watched the first half of football? 9-7, Tide leads it.
Well, I would like to mix up the look on defense that we're giving for, meaning I'd like to bring some pressure. I'd like to bring some blitzes, maybe add one to the rush, maybe add two to the rush. Like I'd just like to get some guys in his face, change up the tempo on his reads, make him get the ball out even quicker than he's already having to. Offensively, I mean, the keys are simple. No penalties, no shooting yourself in the foot, and finish your drives. You know, we had the drive down here. I mean, listen, to be honest, we had a touchdown, and it gets called back for a silly penalty that results in us having to settle for a field goal. Offensively, I think you do exactly what you've been doing. There's a couple things that I would do differently in terms of I'd give them some weak side looks. I think they overload a little bit too much when we go tackle over, but you know, the X's and O's aside, we looked really good offensively, and it's just, you know, don't fall asleep at the wheel. Like Don said, keep that energy up. Can't have a repeat of last week's second half. You got to keep the energy up because this team will put points on you in a hurry if you come out sleeping at the wheel, like we did last week.
No doubt about it. I want to remind you, during our Moore Chiropractic Clinic post-game show, we'll give away some awards. The Hillary Law Firm Scott Hillary Defender of the Game Award, WRJW's Brian Edwards Offensive Lineman of the Game, Deanna Hunt Photography Picture Perfect Play of the Game, and Fortenberry's He Smoked Him Play or Player of the Game, and Sonic Drive-In Player of the Game. Those are all coming up during the Moore Chiropractic Clinic post-game show. Looking forward to that. Edgar Cruz is going to tee it up here at the 40.
While we're waiting on Biloxi, how about some scores?
I love it. It's just coming to you, Don. Give them to me, baby.
Ocean Springs over Pascagoula at the half, 21-14. Oak Grove all over Hattiesburg, 28-7. It still says second quarter, but I believe that'd be at the halftime. West Harrison over Goshen, 7-0. Greene County over George County, 14-7. Same score. Forest County over Van Cleve.
How about Prairie Central? Did you get
28-7. So
28-7.
Who are they playing?
They're playing
East Central, right?
East Central, yes.
East Central.
Poplarville is up at half, 33-19 over Hancock.
Oh, Gula must have a sound squad.
They must. Here's a little pooch kick by Cruz. It's going to be fair caught at the 35-yard line. That's where Biloxi will take over here. First possession of the second half.
I mean, they played this bunch close.
Right. It was like 21-18 or something.
Probably
like
should
that.
have beat them to Don, what Don was saying, you know, before we went on the air. And then now they're a 7-point game with an Ocean Springs team that many say is the best team on the coast.
They were up 14-0 at one point.
Oh, wow.
We'll get to see that Ocean Springs team right here next Friday night. Lee Triplett Stadium. We'll be on the air at 6:30, Lord willing. Here's first and 10 from the 35. Ramsey's going to turn and hand the ball off to Thomas, and Thomas will get a nice pickup off the right side, pickup of a 5.
Yeah, so you see, you know, Nolan Wilson, he stays over here on the opposite side of the Nebraska commit, and what's Biloxi do? They run it away from him. So that's kind of the interesting back and forth.
Jake, when you get a chance, how about calling out some of those defensive positions for the Tide, especially along the front? That's going to be a handoff on the left side. He'll go nowhere. You talked about Nolan. He's right up in the middle of that, and he'll drop him for a loss of 1.
Yep, and that was him and Javen Bolden on the tackle there. Javen's playing a interior defensive line position. Mitchell Smith just relieves his defensive line position for Mr. Kylan Igana. Big third down, and we're going to get a false start, in my opinion.
Let's see what.
But everybody's pointing fingers.
Yeah. Keep going with your. It is going to be a false start against Biloxi.
Yeah. So right now, right to left, we have Nolan Wilson playing defensive end. We have Xavier Jackson playing interior defensive tackle. Kylan Igana is playing the other defensive tackle, and then we have Javen Bolden playing that left defensive end. We mix it up in the interior, on the inside guys a lot, so you'll see Mitchell Smith rolling in and out of there as well.
Looks like Stallings and Amari Scott in there as linebackers. I think you said that. We'll get the defensive backs in a second. 3rd down and 10. Back to the 35. Going to be a pass attempt out into the right sideline towards Biloxi, and that'll fall harmlessly to the ground as that ball was overthrown quite a bit. I would say one of the worst throws we've seen all night, but he did have 2 Maroon Tide defenders in his face, to his credit. So that'll bring up 4th and 10. Biloxi will have to attempt their first kick of the night. Hawthorne back at the 35-yard line. 10:39 to go here in the third quarter. 9-7. Tide leads it. Here's a kick. Nice spiral kick. Going to turn over and be fair caught by Hawthorne at the 30-yard line. Tide forces their first punt of the night coming out of halftime. That's a good sign, Jake.
Yeah, and that's a great sign. You know, to come out, you force a punt. And in a possession for Biloxi where they're looking to kind of take back control of this game. The reason why that's so important is because, listen, Biloxi only got 3 possessions, so now they're down to 2, essentially, in this half. And if the Tide can go on to score right here, well, now it's a 2-possession game. Biloxi's got 2 left if we're playing the averages. So big job right there by the defense of getting the ball back to the offense. Now the offense has to capitalize and take some pressure off of our defense.
So 1st and 10. Behind Rayburn. Going to toss it to that Hawthorne going around the right side, or is that Dennis? That was a late fall down by a Biloxi defender.
That was Dennis.
Dennis gives up 150 pounds to the defensive tackle that fell on him. Dennis says, man, I didn't sign up for that. Come on, guys. Short pickup on 1st down. 2nd, we'll call it 7. 3 yards officially for Dennis. Clock rolling, 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 9-7. Tide leading a low-scoring affair, trying to get something going on their first possession of the second half. I formation. Going to hand off to Dennis off the right side. He'll plow up the middle and get a couple more.
Not much going on in the middle right there. Stop by Biloxi. Maybe a yard.
We'll say 1 officially as they put it down at the 35.
Yeah, a huge 3rd down here. It would, like I said, it would just take a lot of pressure off of your defense here if you can go down there and score and get this to a two possession game. So it's a 3rd and long for our offense. It's 3rd and 6 or so. Biloxi's made some adjustments. They got a 5-man front, basically showing a 5-2. So
they're gonna jump off sides, and that should give us 5 yards. Let's see who they're gonna call that on. Their guy hit our guy, but did we move?
Well, that's Oscar-winning offensive lineman Edgar Cruz that he hit. And that was a big mistake.
The dude can kick, the dude can block, the dude can act. Yeah, if you're gonna hit somebody,
he will sell it, man. I mean,
the dude's 260 and he folded up like he was 80 pounds, right? So I love it. I love it. Man can do it all. So that's going to bring up 3rd and short here, less than a yard. The ball's going to be at the 40-yard line.
Tackle over for the Tide, which I'd be interested to see if we run that thing back weak side.
High formation, going to hand off to Dennis off the left side. He's got the 1st down and more. He's going to ride the wave down to around the 50-yard line, and he'll pick up close to 10 yards there.
Yep. Yeah, and he gets hit pretty close to the line of scrimmage, spins off of a guy, and he might have a little frame, but he kind of pinballed around there and made that look easy to get 9 or 10 yards.
We'll give him 10 officially. 8:43 to go here in the third quarter. That's another F&B Picayune first down. Tide looks to rack up a few of those on this drive, as Jake said, and get back to a 2-score lead, or get to a 2-score lead for the first time.
False start.
Rayburn, and you kind of described that, what Rayburn's doing. And maybe causing Biloxi to jump one time. That time I think they got Picayune to jump.
Well, he's very he shows the snap count, like you can hear how you can watch and you can see that he's really expressing each syllable on the snap count, which gets Biloxi to jump, but sometimes those offensive linemen are going to get a little antsy as well.
One of the things he did too is going under center, starting his snap count, then standing up and getting a sign from the sideline. That's going to be a toss sweep to Dennis around the left side. They'll stand him up after a short game, but he'll pick up maybe 3 of those 5 yards back on first down.
Yeah, so it's a check with me play. So you go up, you get lined up, you see what the defense gives you. He checks with the offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator gives him a sign pretty much telling him whether we're running that thing to the left or to the right. And that's kind of the adjustment that's being made.
So second and about 12 here. Ball will be at the 47-yard line. Going to be handoff to Agana on the quickie off the left side. He'll get across the 50-yard line. Still going to bring up third and long here, though.
It's not a home game unless someone brings me Grubby's food. And I'm jealous.
Every week, but they never leave it.
No, yeah, they never say, you know what, actually, since you got to smell the fries, would you like some fries as well?
They bring it in here and they realize that they can't get to the press box from where we are, and then they just take the food and leave.
yeah.
So 3rd and 7 from the 47. It'll be a toss around the right side. That's Hawthorne. Hawthorne's got the first down and more. He's got to see him across the middle, makes one guy miss. And then he's going to get pulled down from behind, but not before he picks up a huge gain on third down.
Yeah, nice job of getting out in space. Good job by the quarterback of getting in the way. And Hawthorne, man, he's got some wheels.
Picks up 20 yards there for number 22. So he'll add to his total. We'll head down in a few minutes after this play for a Remax Deanna Hunt yardage update. Tide got several backs that Jake's having to keep track of tonight. I formation here on 1st and 10. Going to hand to Dennis this time off the right side. He's got pretty good room on the lead, and now he bounces free, and he's going to end up getting into the end zone, Jake. Wow, they just didn't finish tackling him. He was really wrapped up about 3 yards across the line of scrimmage, and they forgot to tackle it.
Well, he's got a really good spin move. Watch the spin move. Whoop! Just spins right off of a guy. Breaks another tackle deep, and that's just like better conditioning. He's smelling the end zone there, and he's not going to be denied. Great job by Mr. Dennis punching that thing in.
27-yard TD run. Go ahead there.
It wasn't one spin. It was a couple spins, so call it a Tasmanian devil. Right?
There you go.
On the spin cycle. There's Edgar Cruz. This PAT is good. We'll be back in 30 seconds with your Mousy Picayune Drive summary.
It's fall, y'all. Leaves are falling and temperatures are dropping. If you're looking for a new RV parts, or RV service, make that short drive to Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune. You'll be glad you did.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
It's fall, y'all. Leaves are falling and temperatures are dropping. If you're looking for a new RV parts, or RV service, make that short drive to Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune. You'll be glad you did.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
All right, Jake, how about this Mousy Picayune Drive summary for the Tide?
Yeah, it was a quick one. 10 plays, 70 yards. It only took about 3 minutes and 40 seconds because number 9, Xavier Dennis, punched it in from 27 yards out after, like Don said, he gave him the old Maytag, multiple spins, and that's going to put the Tide on top, 16-7. 2-possession game, like I talked about. Take some pressure off your defense, put the pressure back on Biloxi.
Good. That's all the things we wanted to do coming out of halftime. 16-7, as Jake said, 6:13 to go here in the third quarter. Tide leads it now 16-7. Cruz is going to kick off from the 40. He's been kicking them deep. This time he is going to go deep. That one is going to be caught at about the goal line, then dropped, picked up. Tide's going to have to cover him, and he's going to make a nice recovery as he's going to get out past the 20-yard line. That could have been disastrous for Biloxi.
You want to do a quick yardage update?
Yes, let's get a Deanna Hunt, Remax Premier Group yardage update.
So Xavier Dennis has 144 on 17 carries. Jamari Hawthorne's got 77 on 10 carries. Kylan Gaughan's got 6 yards on 4 carries. And then Jordan Hawthorne's got 65 on 6 carries. The 2 touchdowns are Jamari and Xavier.
Here's Ramsey in the backfield. Got 2 backs with him this time. 3 wide receivers, wants to throw it out to the right. Little curl route. That is completed for about 5 yards.
And there's Jamari Hawthorne there coming out playing in secondary, coming up making that tackle. Great job. Tackled him as soon as he caught the ball. Limits it to about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, not very many people on the Tide team gets to just wear one hat. They have to wear multiple hats. That's kind of
heat timeout, guys.
What this team is known for. Thank you, Donna. We'll step away, and we'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Maroon Tide Football on WRJW.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a lost bee that found my way into your car. And now that I'm in here, good luck getting me out.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Jason Pygott has offices in Picayune. Make sure you have the right coverage. Give the Pygott Agency a call today. 601-798-7005.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Heat timeout here in the third quarter. 5:57 to go. 16-7. Tide leads it. Biloxi with a second and about 6. Ball's going to be on the 25-yard line. They got to get across the 30. Here's Ramsey. 1 back to his left. Looks like Thomas. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Wants to throw on a quick slant.
Yep, great job by A.K. Burnett there. Swim move on the offensive guard. Late flag here, but he deflects the pass. Getting pressure on the quarterback there, all in his face. I'm not sure what this flag is.
We got a late flag.
Yeah, it was way
It looked like on the line, so it may be against them.
Way late.
Let's see what happens here. You have the incomplete slant route. Good defense by the Tide, as you said, Jake. This
Biloxi
time
is clapping. It's a hold.
A hold against
ejected.
Picayune?
Somebody's ejected. I don't know what they.
There's a personal foul.
And they ejected Nolan.
Wilson's ejected.
Wow. That sure hurts the Tide. I didn't see it.
I mean,
we didn't see it, or we would
it
comment
could be
on it.
something he said. Like I didn't see anything in terms of like him body slamming anyone or anything like that.
Yeah, it wasn't anything obvious, but it was enough to have after the play personal foul, and Nolan is righteously upset. Right, he's realized this is a big game and he's let his team down, so he's not happy. Tide's got to regroup here, though.
Unfortunately, that means he'll have to sit out 2 quarters next game as well.
Yeah, he'll have to sit out the first half against Ocean Springs. Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, I don't know what happened, but you have to keep in mind there's been a lot of chippiness.
It has. Unusual chippiness, right.
And so these referees are already on edge, right? They're kind of looking for it at this point. And so it's any little thing that happens, it's going to be magnified given that you've already had 2 or 3 of these instances in the first half. And it's just not like we haven't seen this so far from this Picayune team. We just generally don't see this from a Picayune team, in terms of some of this unsportsmanlike conduct type of stuff. So
that's going to put the ball out at the Biloxi 40. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 5:45 to go here in the third quarter. 16-7, Tide leads it. The Tide just lost one of their best defensive players on an ejection. We don't know what happened. It was after the play.
There could be an appeal to that, if it's on film and stuff like that. So
sure,
just have to let it all play out.
Kevin caught it. We didn't hit the replay button in time, and there are other video angles too, so certainly we'll submit what we have if it's helpful for the Tide.
So Mario Monson will come in to spell Nolan Wilson at the other defensive end, so that gives you Javen Bolden, and then Monson will come in as the 2 defensive ends.
So Ramsey and Thomas still in the backfield. Ramsey just a junior. He's got 4 wide receivers.
I'm taking a deep shot here. And they're going to hand it
They're
off.
going to hand it off to Thomas. Thomas is in a little zone read, and he's got a lot of running room around the right side. He'll have first down and more. So they go kind of right after where Nolan was disappeared.
Yeah, similar thinking. Like my thinking is Nolan's our best pass rusher by far. And so you take him off the field, now you're thinking I'm going to have a lot more time to throw. I'm going to have a lot more time to let these routes develop downfield. And I think that's something you're going to have to watch for here is if they start to take a little bit more of a deep shot on us.
12 yards there by Thomas. 1st and 10 at the 48, clock rolling, 5:26 to go.
Great job.
Ramsey wanted to keep it itself, pull the ball back, and he'll get it thrown for a loss.
Yep, good job of staying home there on the read option. Like you said, he kept it. Javen Bolden really kind of caught him in no man's land. He didn't commit to the back. He didn't commit to the quarterback. He played it well like an athlete and tackled for a loss there. Huge play.
2nd and 11, ball's at the 49. Here's Ramsey again, wants to throw the football. 4 wide receivers in the pattern, throws it across the middle. That's caught down around the 20. Down around the 30. Now he's running down across the 20, inside the 15. He'll be very close to a 10-yard, and that's just, man, they make that look easy when they get us open in the across the middle.
Yeah, and listen, that's a lot to do with the loss of Nolan because immediately they go to an empty backfield, meaning they don't have to keep that running back in the protection. They can add in a 5th wide receiver.
So they're going to hurry it up, hand the ball off to Thomas as they hurry to the line. Tide does a good job of slowing that down after a minimal gain, but kind of like Ole Miss does and Auburn used to do, Jake, when you get a little momentum, like you run to the line and just keep pressing you. Tide's got to respond there as they're trying to get another defensive lineman on the game here.
Yeah,
no huddle.
The response like, let's just see if we can keep that same personnel on the field and hit them again. And to your point, we're rolling defensive lineman. That was Mitchell Smith that came in and played some interior defensive line for us.
2nd and 10, the ball's on the 9-yard line. 4:15 to go. Tide's going to have to call a timeout. Coach Cody Stogner saw something he did not like. He'll call a timeout. We'll take it with him. Be back here in 30 seconds.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The gym at Picayune.
4:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tide just lost one of their best defensive plays on an ejection. We didn't see it. We don't know. Or we would tell you. We're not hiding anything. We just didn't see it. What exactly happened, but it was enough for the officials to eject him from the game.
I'm not convinced there was anything to see.
Maybe something he said.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, he's saying he threw a punch.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And the new rule is they have to sit out 2 games.
It's a complete game, right? So he has to sit out the remainder of this game.
No, it's 2 full games.
2 full games.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, so it'll be the second half.
Here's the snap. Going to be a direct snap to a running back, and he'll get across the 5. So that's one of the things. I'm going to go back down to Don for our Picayune Clinic sideline report. So, and Jeffrey Stewart actually texted this and reminded me Chris Davis had to sit out a full game before, right, during the playoff. But I didn't know if that was a playoff rule or if that is a new rule.
It's a new rule.
Where if
I was talking to the ref down here.
So you have to sit out not only the remainder of this game, but a full new game. Is that what you're saying? So he will miss the
2
entire.
quarters from the next
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He said
So
2 full
it's
games.
8 quarters.
Yeah.
8 quarters. Wow. That would be huge.
Now they got to uphold it. So I mean that's the thing on appeal. If they don't uphold it, then he can come back next week.
So that's going to be, while we were talking, looks like a
false start.
False start against Biloxi. That'll back them up to the 9-yard line.
I tell you what, Jeffrey Stewart's a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah, I usually trust him if he
Tide lore too, man.
He knows
Faithful
what's going
listener.
on. wants to throw the football. Got a little swing route out of the backfield, and he's going to beat everybody to the end zone. That is Thomas again. And I think it just caught us out of position, quite honestly, Jake. Looks like we were rushing, didn't have anybody on the back out of the backfield. That's Thomas again. And good blocking out there on the edge by Biloxi, and they punch it in, and they answer the Tide's touchdown.
Well, you're exactly right, and there was a good play call in that they ran that thing to the field, so they had a wide field to work with. They get the running back out in space, and he turns on the jets and just kind of makes a couple people look silly.
So here is the PAT. Snap is down, the kick is up, it's good. Biloxi responds. We'll be back in 30 seconds to tell you about it.
High school football season is back and the excitement is real. But with the thrill of the game come those unexpected aches and pains. Moore Chiropractic Clinic has got your back. Trusted by athletes and families alike, we ensure you're in top form to cheer for your favorite teams. So don't let pain sideline you this season. Whether it's a slip in the stands or a tackle on the field, Moore Chiropractic is here for all your spinal care needs. So get back in the game with Moore Chiropractic Clinic. Your team's winning touchdown starts with a healthy spine. Call us today or visit us at our clinic, Moore Chiropractic Clinic, where wellness meets winning spirit.
Give us that Mossy Picayune drive summary, Jake.
Yeah, it was a 2-minute, 50-second drive. It took 8 plays. It covered 80 yards, and it was the second touchdown pass, this one 9 yards. Which gives, like I said, it gives him 2 touchdown passes on the game. It also puts him at about 223 yards for the game, him being Jordan Ramsey. Jordan Ramsey's second touchdown pass. He now has, like I said, 220-ish, 223 or so yards today. Hey, listen, how much time we got?
3:19.
Yeah, still a lot of time left, and they've cut this back down to a 2-point game. So big drive here for the Tide. You'd like to see one of those drives that cuts into the middle of the fourth quarter and caps off with a touchdown.
Just a simple wheel route, but you said it. They kind of had it set up well, and they executed it perfectly. That ball's going to be taken into the 10-yard line. The kickoff is. Tide's going to run head first into a couple of Biloxi Indians out around the 25, and that's where the Tide will take over. I want to thank our third quarter sponsor, Jolene Houston. Proud supporter of Picayune Maroon Tide, asking for your vote on November 4th. See you at the polls. Roll Tide, roll. So Tide needs to respond here. 3:14 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, so this is where you got to be careful, all right? So the Tide just lost their leader on defense, right? So that's already a little bit of a drain in terms of emotional energy. Then Biloxi follows that thing up and they drive it down there for a touchdown. All right, so offensively, someone's got to step up in that offensive huddle and say, hey, let's get our heads on straight. We've got to go down there and punch this thing in for a touchdown. We got to wake up. We can't fall. We can't get down on ourselves right here.
I want to thank Pearl River Community College for that kickoff and sponsoring all kicks tonight. Going to be handoff on the right side. That looks like Dennis. He dances around the 30, and he'll get run out of bounds and tackled. Looked pretty late. No flag, though. He's tackled across the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 8. Let's see exactly where they lay it down. Bring up second and short. Yeah, we'll say the 33, so he got 8 there. Don will come to you for a Picayune Clinic sideline report after this play and tell us what you're hearing on the sideline, if anything new. Second short for the Tide. Igana and Dennis still in the backfield behind Rayburn. Going to be a toss to Dennis off the right side. He'll get stood up as he crosses the line of scrimmage. He'll get a minimal gain, bring up third. Nope, they're going to wave it forward. They said he got enough. It was very close. Maybe got the right foot spot there, Jake, but we needed it.
Yeah. Well, Biloxi does a good job there flattening that thing out and making Dennis cut it back inside where Biloxi had all of their support, tracking the ball. And that's what kind of resulted in the, I say, not so good run, but it was still 3 or 4 yards. It's just we're used to getting 10.
That's right. 3 officially. Dennis got credited for that first down, FMB Picayune first down. Going to hand it to Agana on the quickie up the middle. He'll push the power forward for another couple of yards. I think the Tide will be satisfied here, Jake, just to chew up some clock, keep the Biloxi offense off the field for a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say it,
to go.
and I don't think it's too over-exaggerative, but I would take some more time off this play clock. I would hang out in the huddle a little bit and really start to chew this thing down. Like, you got a dangerous offense in Biloxi. I would keep them off the field as long as possible. I know it's boring for people to watch, but, I mean, heck, I ain't here to be entertaining.
No, we just want to have more points than they do at the end of the game. Handoff on the right side to Jordan Hawthorne this time. He'll get across the 40 and pick up another couple.
I mean, listen, like we snapped that ball with 16, 17 seconds left on the clock still, and, you know, I'm sure people at home, well, you still want to leave time in case. No. I want to take time off the clock. You know, I want to give my defense a breather too.
That's right. Unfortunately, many of your defenses on the field is offense, but it's a little bit different, right? If you're running offensively, it's a little bit different type of exertion. 3rd and 3 here for the Tide. 1:21 to go, clock rolling. Tide leads 16-14. Toss sweep to Hawthorne around the left side. He's got the first down and more. He'll get across the midfield stripe. And that's another FMB Picayune first down for Hawthorne. So that would be a pickup of 8 for number 14. I want to thank Grit and Grind Coffee for our video sponsor tonight. Fuel for the driven. 52 seconds to go, clock rolling. 1st and 10 from the Biloxi 49-yard line. It's going to be the little lead off the left side to Hawthorne, and he has a nice gain still going. I think everybody, kind of the old switcheroo, nobody knew where the football was.
Well, that's exactly what play it was. It was the switch, and so I think it's like you said. I think people got confused who had the ball there.
Yeah, kind of looking at it now, kind of almost like faking the toss sweep and handing it to Hawthorne, and he plows forward and gets across the 45-yard line down to the 35-yard line for a first down, and I believe we have a Biloxi defender down. Will step away for 30 seconds while they tend to him.
Hey y'all, this is Josiah Hickman with First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune. We have 2 locations, Highway 11 North and Highway 43 South, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. Our Highway 43 location is also open on Sundays from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Both locations have an awesome early bird special Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 10 in the morning. When it comes to your vehicle shine, we will have you saying, if it doesn't shine, it ain't mine.
15 yards there by Hawthorne. That's Jordan Hawthorne, not to be confused with Jamari Hawthorne, number 22. He rattles it down to the 35-yard line. 33 seconds. Tide will still have another opportunity here to run 1, maybe 2 plays before the end of the third quarter. Don't forget, we'll have a more chiropractic clinic post-game show coming up immediately after the game.
So they're going to wind the clock, and that'll take it down.
Wind the clock, and the Tide's going to let it run down. We'll get a head start on them. We'll meet you back here in 30 seconds.
It's here, Sonic Drive-In's all-new summer menu item, the Cheesy Garlic Pepperoni Bites. This savory new item is best described as a crave-worthy combo of melty mozzarella and provolone cheese with pepperoni and zesty pizza sauce, fried in a crispy golden brown wrapper. Sonic's all-new Cheesy Garlic Pepperoni Bites are available to order in sets of 3, 5, or 7 pieces, with prices starting at $2.99. Get yours today at Sonic Drive-In on Highway 11 North in Picayune. Be first in line, order online at Sonic Drive-In.
Head down to Donald for a Picayune Eye Clinic sideline report. Don, what's the feeling on the sidelines now? Tide driving here, trying to get something going here in the fourth.
Well, I believe everybody feels like they were kind of misused, I guess, when they got ejected, and so the emotions are high. They're all cheering each other on, led by Colt Robertson coming off the sideline and patting people on the head when they're in a huddle and stuff like that. Man, they're trying to get them riled up.
Colt's still trying to be a leader down there, even though he can't play tonight. Hopefully he'll be back next week. But take nothing away from Tanner Rayburn. The youngster's done a good job tonight protecting the football. Lead and blocking. He was rudely welcomed into varsity football, as you said, Jake, early in the game. But he settled in well. I formation behind him is going to toss it around the left side. That's Hawthorne again, and he'll get a couple of yards as he gets stood up. And here comes another late penalty flag.
Laundry on the field.
I'm not sure what's going on with that. That was late.
They're all late, man. I think it's a hold. It is.
Yeah. That was ugly and late. So that couple of yard run will get erased.
You know, you just don't typically see that's a hold 15 yards away from the play. It's downfield, like the play, and then they're throwing it and the play's over. You just don't see holding calls in that fashion. That's the second one we've seen that way.
It is interesting, I would agree. So they're going to back the Tide up to the 40. It'll be a net loss of 5 on the penalty. 11:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tide leads it 16-14. First and 15 here. Raven's going to bring him under center. Split formation behind him. Going to hand it to Dennis on the trap. Dennis will get a few yards back. Want to thank our fourth quarter sponsor. Get the care you need when you need it. Maximum Health Urgent Care and Picayune. Proud supporters of Picayune Maroon Tide. So I got a little bit of it back, but not much. Jake makes up second and long. About
You know, one of the things about Biloxi's defensive line is they are small, but they're very quick and they're very athletic. So when we pull our guards, our center's having a tough time getting that down block because the defensive linemen are getting upfield so quick. They're almost following that guard around.
I mean, handoff on the left side to Dennis. Dennis runs into his own guy. Gets turned upside down, and he doesn't look like that felt very well. It didn't look like it.
I gotta tell you, I mean, I have never seen so much pushing and shoving. These ain't even rival schools.
Yeah, they haven't played each other in years, 10 years or so.
It's just wild. Like, I mean, it's after every play, somebody's getting up with their hands up in the air. I mean, it's just, I've never seen anything like it.
So 3rd and 11, the ball's at the 36-yard line. Got to get down to the 25.
We're not lined up correctly. Something's there. No, I mean, there's some confusion.
There we go. So we're going to get everybody back in the right spot. Play clock under 10. Raven wants to throw the football. Rolls to his right. Looking. Now just going to throw it away. Had two guys in the pattern. He gets hit. There it is. I was going to say that was late. I sure hope they throw the flag because they turned Raven heels upside down, and the ball was well gone. So let's see. It is 1, 2, 3 steps, and then they hit him. So no sense in that. But that will be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Nope, I forget. There's no automatic first downs in high school, but it will be enough for a first down. Kerry actually sent and said that. Watch this and make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm reading what Kerry sent. It said it shall be ineligible for the remainder of the football game plus up to 2 games. So it looks like it can be
it's discretionary.
Discretionary. Up to 2 games is what the rule book says. So we'll see how this plays out.
So they did get the roughing the passer call there. It's enough for a first down, as you alluded to.
All right, so they put the ball down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Tide, 10:08 to go. Tide up 16-14. Trying to add to the lead. Going to be handoff on the left side. And we've got to remember, you said them in the first game, you got to put your head down when you run, Jake.
Yeah, a little high running between the tackles there, and he had to pay the price for it. That's he being Dennis. But great job of holding on to the ball because you do see hits like that lead to fumbles every now and then. Just a short 2-yard gain, though.
We'll take it. Clock still rolling. 9:42 to go. Hawthorne back in the tailback position. He'll take this pitch off the left side. He'll run it up the middle and get stood up at around the 15. So pick up of about 3 for Hawthorne. 3rd and 5, maybe a long 4. Clock still rolling, though. 9:14 to go. 16-14, Tide leads it here in the 4th. Next week we'll have Ocean Springs right here. By most polls, they are the #1 team in the South. So we'll see what they got. Got another flag. This one before everybody gets lined up. Somebody must have moved or stepped across the line. We'll see. Tell you what, the guys down there has been busy with their hankies. Offsides against Biloxi.
Offsides before the offense even gets lined up.
Yeah, they were still walking to the line of scrimmage, literally. So these guys have got a hair trigger, I can tell you. So they're going to put the ball down at the 10. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Well, listen, we're at the point in the game where Biloxi has now switched over and
daring us to throw the football.
Right, yeah. And listen, we don't have a completed pass yet, but it's getting about that time where you can just sneak one over the top of them here. And we're having a little bit of less success in the run game, and that's due to them saying, you know what, enough of that, not in the box.
I formation. Dennis in the backfield, going to hand in. He's going to try to beat everybody to the corner, and he does. I don't want to race Dennis in a foot race, and that was a foot race to the corner. Ty goes in for 6.
Yeah, great job of just, you stack that box. Everybody kind of gets sucked up inside, and he does a nice job of bouncing it out. Gets a good seal block from Jordan Hawthorne, and puts that thing down in the end zone.
Edgar Cruz on for the PAT. Right now it's 22-14. Todd trying to make it 23. Todd is missing an offensive lineman and trying to get somebody in there quickly so we can kick the football.
That's the fastest you'll ever run right there.
13 seconds on the play clock and counting. Raven's going to take the snap. Cruz's PAT is up, and it's good. We'll be back in 30 seconds with your Marcia Picayune drive summary.
Hi Wildcats, I'm Carrie E. And I'm Mackenzie. Are you ready to roar with the best here at Pearl River? We're inviting you to join our growing Wildcat family.
Pearl River continues to make headlines as the fastest growing community college in the state.
All while putting our students first by not increasing tuition and developing more opportunities for successful careers.
Come be a part of history by joining our Wildcat family where we show out our main character energy.
Just visit prcc.edu and roar with the best.
All right, Jake, with this Marcia Picayune drive summary for the Tide.
Yeah, it was a 14-play, 75-yard drive. It took 9 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock, and it was capped off by Xavier Dennis's 10-yard touchdown scamper. That's the second one of the game. Leaves about 8 minutes and 25 seconds left for Biloxi to try and come back in this game down 2 possessions.
I want to thank our fourth quarter sponsor. Get the care you need when you need it. Maximum Urgent Care of Picayune. Proud sponsors and supporters of Picayune Maroon Tide. Cruz is going to kick this one off, going to get over the head of the deep man. He's going to pick it up inside of the 5, and he's going to get taken down at around the 10. Good coverage down there by the Tide. Yep. They're going to make Biloxi drive the length of the field.
Well, there's been a lot of who's on first back there between the two guys returning the kickoff for Biloxi. It's just they've bumped into each other a couple times. That time there was some confusion on who was even fielding the thing. And like you said, good job by the Tide of just hustling down there, regardless of who catching it. I'm trying to go get the ball, and we're going to pin them down here inside the 15, almost to the 10-yard line. In a game where time is now of the essence, we're going to make you go 90 yards.
Jake, that took an excellent bounce from Maroon Tide right there over his head, so that's what the confusion was.
So here's Ramsey. He's going to have the ball 1st and 10 from his own 11. 8:18 to go. Wants to throw the football. Got a man running down the left sideline. That's Thomas. But it is incomplete. Kind of looked like a back shoulder throw, but Thomas tried to turn the wrong way. Couldn't reel it in. So it'll be 2nd and 10. 8:14. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 23-14. Tide leads it. Almost midway through the fourth quarter. This is where the Tide defense wants to stiffen here. Got to be careful, though. These guys can score quickly.
Yeah, it's a balance between, like you said, tighten up and maybe even just, don't get beat deep.
Tunnel screen, they want to throw it over to the right. Had 4 wide receivers.
Because, honestly, this doesn't hurt. I'd let you do this all the way down the field and score.
Right. Yeah, they're going to pick up about 6, but you're right, they're burning time. Under 8 minutes now to go. So it'll be 3rd down after a pickup. Where'd they put that ball down? At the 17. So we'll say a pickup of 6. 3rd and about 3. Looks like Biloxi's going to call a timeout. We'll do it with them. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Hi, Hi, this is Dr. Chi Yan, General Surgeon at Highland Community Hospital. Over the last 10 years, the surgical services offered have grown exponentially. We have been able to add multiple services to our surgery department, which includes urology, general surgery, and advanced laparoscopic surgery, as well as ophthalmology services. Highland Community Hospital is here when you need us most. For more information, please contact 601-358-9400.
7:44 to go. Tide leads at 23-14. It's been a good one so far. Both offenses have been able to move the football pretty much at will. Each team has a turnover. Biloxi actually has 2 turnovers. Right? One. Let me look before I say that. I know of one. They
have a turnover on downs and an interception.
There you go. INT and then a turnover on downs. So they've got the ball third and about 4 now. From their own 17-yard line. 7:44 to go. Ramsey wants to throw the football, and he fumbles a snap. Now has to throw it out quickly. He wants to throw another bubble screen, tunnel screen, I should say, and he's going to pick up the first down and more, and that's just good blocking out there at the point of attack by the wide receivers, and they outrun everybody, Jake.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a great job by Ramsey of picking that thing up with his head still looking for his receiver. Doesn't get his knee down, picks that thing up calmly, finds the open receiver, keeps the chain moving, keeps possession of the ball.
Almost 18 yards on the tunnel screen.
Look out.
This time he's getting pressure in the backfield. He's going to dump it off to his back, who gets pummeled at the 45-yard line. But that's enough for another Indian first down. And then they're starting to pick it up in chunks. 7:21 to go. Clock stops while they move the chains, get them reset at the 46. 11-yard pickup there. Going to hand off to Thomas on the right side. He does a stiff arm, spin move. He's going to get across the 40, and it's like a little bug running around. Nobody really wanted to catch him, but somebody finally gets a hold of him after he crosses the 50.
Yeah, that's just a keep you honest play. Make sure you're not emptying out your box too much. They hand it off. Now they're going to go back to that empty set, it looks like. Well, they're just they're swapping out the running back. But they are going to stay empty set here, and I would look for them to push it downfield again.
Empty set, 5 wide receivers. Ramsey's going to call his own number on the quarterback draw. Yep. He's going to be really close to a first down across the 45. We'll see exactly.
I mean, this is best case scenario though if you're the Tide. I mean, it's 5 yards here, it's 6 yards there. They've had a couple big plays, but nothing crazy. We're almost under 6 minutes left in this game.
1 yard. They spotted him at the 45, so third and less than a yard. 6:13 to go. One back behind Ramsey. He's looking to the sideline for a play. 3 wide receivers, 1 wing back.
Fox under 5. There we go.
Going to hand it off to Dixon, the running back out there, and he's going to be hit hard, but we will have enough for the first down. They rip his helmet off going to the ground, but he will have enough for a first down, so the clock will stop. 5:53 to go now.
Yeah, that was a big Mitchell Smith that hopped on his back for a piggyback ride. And listen,
there's one man I don't want on my back.
I would say you don't want to make a career out of giving 300-pounders piggyback rides.
Looks like this is going to be a heat timeout. We'll step away and take it with them. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Maroon Tide Football on WRJW.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The gym at Picayune.
Tide defense looking to stiffen here. 5:46 to go. It's been dinks and dunks. You said it, Jake. They're just really looking to give up a few yards here and there, but try to keep them out of the end zone, although actually a touchdown wouldn't be the end of the world, but you would love to keep them out.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, Biloxi hasn't really tried to take too many deep shots. I mean, we're playing a little bit of a prevent type of off coverage, but none of their routes have really been deep.
5 wide receivers, empty back set for Ramsey. He's going to throw the football on a curl route down on the right side. It is completed. That's going to be to Metcalf, Marquise Metcalf, and he'll have about 8 yards on that throw and catch down at the 37-yard line. We'll give him 6 officially there. Clock rolling, though. That's what the Tide wants to see. 5:09. They lead 23-14. Tide does.
Yeah, I'm just a little confused about this offensive possession here for Biloxi.
Defense trying to stiffen here. Going to give the zone read to Thomas off the right side, and there's the big chunk the Tide didn't want to give up. That's the play that's been gashing us, Jake. We've been looking for it all night, and there's one there that puts the ball all the way down to where are they at? Inside the 15.
Yeah, but I mean the problem is like there's 4.5 minutes left. I mean you're just not really in a hurry, kind of looking to the sideline a lot.
The nose of the ball is on the 15, Tommy.
Thank you. That's going to
go back to the 20.
Back them up to the 20. I saw that from up here. But of course, when you're a big guy, Jake, it's kind of hard to hide.
Yep.
He flinched a little bit. Back him up to the 20. I agree, Jake. 4:26 to go here. Tide defense is kind of in bend but not break mode.
Yeah, I mean clock's running, quarterback's on the far hash getting the play. I don't know. I'm kind of baffled. Haven't really pushed the ball down the field.
1st and 15. Ball's at the 20. Great. Wants to call his own number around the right side. Ramsey does. He'll just keep it on a quarterback power. Had a couple of blockers out there, and he'll get 5, so he'll get the penalty yardage back. But as you said, Jake, Tide is content to let them eat up 5 yards of play all they want to, down by 2 scores.
Yeah, well, this is a great drive if it's 7-7.
Right.
You know, but it's a 9-point game.
3:39, clock still rolling. And Biloxi head coach is not happy. He calls another timeout. As he and Ramsey are just not on the same page. He's been back and forth. Ramsey has trying to get plays and just can't get over there. And coach, you could see, was absolutely frustrated. He calls timeout. We're going to hold it right here. I got a feeling this is going to be a quick one. This is the play I've been trying to tell you. Run it. We want to thank our fourth quarter sponsor. Get the care you need when you need it. Maximum Health Urgent Care. Picayune, proud supporters of Picayune Road Tide. Thank Mr. Kevin Weiss for running the video for us tonight. He's out there sweating so you can sit in the AC and watch it on the big screen. And thank Grit and Grind Coffee for sponsoring that video stream tonight. We appreciate their sponsorship. Mr. Keith Leidner and the team. Everybody looking to regroup when we come back. 3:34 to go. 23-14. Tide leads it. Biloxi's been driving. This drive started on their own 10-yard line. And they've taken off about 5 minutes or so far. Right now, they're 2nd and 10 from the 15. Ramsey's going to come under center with Thomas to his left. 3 wide receivers and a wingback. 1 wide receiver in motion.
Oh.
And that ball kicked away from Ramsey, and the Tide's going to pick it up.
Yep.
Ramsey looked like he tried to throw it before he got it. Maybe he wanted just like a little shuffle pass, Jake, and just couldn't get it down. Watching it on replay, yeah, it just hit him in the hands.
Yeah, I think he's trying to time up that snap with the motion man there, maybe to give it on a little jet sweep, and maybe takes his eyes off of the snap, or the snap comes a little bit hotter than he was expecting. He was still measuring the distance with his motion man, hits him right in the face mask, pleasantly bounces into Kyle Nagana's hands, and that's going to pretty much seal this one up.
Tide's just going to look to grind out some clock here. 3:29 to go. They'll take over. Where did they put that ball down? At the 22? Donald, correct me if I'm wrong. The 22, that's where the Tide will take over. Going to be handoff on the left side to Dennis. Dennis will fall forward for a couple of yards out to the 25.
25 to the 26-yard line.
We'll give him 2. He'll add to his total. Looks like somebody's cramping up. They're going to pick him up and say, nope, you can't cramp on this play. You'll have to cramp on the next one because we've lined up the clock roll here, brother.
Congratulations to Miss Eminesha Thompson. Eminesha.
We need some F&B Picayune first downs, Jake. 2 or 3 of those, and I think as you said it, we'll call this one off. Under 3 minutes, 2:50 to go here. Raven under center, I formation, going to hand off on the right side. He'll run into another wall of white jerseys from Biloxi, and he'll get a couple of yards. Bring up 3rd and about 5. We appreciate you guys listening in, all of our listeners on the YouTube video stream and on WRJW. Appreciate all of our sponsors for supporting us tonight. Turned out to be a really good game. Could be an awful situation for Nolan Wilson. We'll see how that appeal comes out. 3rd down and about 5 here. Got I formation, wing back to the left, wide receiver right. It'll be a toss sweep to the left. Dennis is going to try to kick it out, try to outrun everybody. He's going to get run out of bounds and taken down, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that was another one of those late hits that they've got Biloxi a couple of times tonight for that, Jake. They had it stopped, and now they're going to give us first down.
Yeah, I thought that was a tough one.
It's going to be 2, though. There's going to be 2 penalties because somebody said something to the side judge when he was going by him.
Oh, my gracious.
So there's a second flag right there almost on the 30.
Against Biloxi?
Yes, I do believe.
Okay. We'll take both of those, but not the cleanest game tonight, Jake. Been a little sloppy. I will say that the officials do have hair triggers, but I don't know that was a hair trigger. That seemed to be pretty obvious to me up in the booth. I didn't hear the second penalty, so certainly don't know anything about that, but the late hit out of bounds was fairly obvious. So we're going to get personal foul, late hit out of bounds. I think they're just going to call 1 down, or they're going to add 2. Nope. They're going to march again. Now they give an unsportsmanlike conduct. I thought Don's not usually wrong down there on the sideline, so he wanted to walk 15 yards and then give it again. So that's going to be a 30-yard penalty. And they're going to put the ball down at the 43-yard line.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't expect these two to be exchanging Christmas cards.
No, I think they've removed each other off that list. 1:56 to go. Tide looking now just to get a first down or 2. And F&B Picayune first down would kind of wrap this one up, honestly. We could put this one to bed and get out of here with a win against a really, really good Biloxi team and play a really good Ocean Springs team right here at home next week. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the More Chiropractic Clinic post-game show coming up in about 2 minutes. Ravens going to go under center. I formation. Going to hand to Agana on the quickie. Agana's going to get 5, maybe 6 as he just plows forward, just eating up clock.
Nice job, Ty. Fallon takes it out to the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3, Maroon Tide.
So we'll say they spot at the 37. 6-yard pickup there by Agana. Jake, you're going to have an interesting pick now for some of these post-game awards.
I'm struggling over here. That's why I was so quiet. I mean, I'm doing some algebra in my head right now.
I could just see it all over the top of it floating around up there. Maybe another quickie to Agana. Let the big man eat. The big man takes 3 Biloxi Indians with him for 3 more yards. And he'll get across the 30. That's enough for another FMB Picayune first down. And that should do it. When they start the clock, it'll be at 1:08. That's enough for an FMB Picayune first down, and I believe, as Jerry Grubbs just said, the PA announcer, that should do it. We can take a knee or 2 here. Clock rolling, 57 seconds. Hard-fought victory tonight, Jake. Hard-fought victory.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is a good team that you got to win over, and there was a couple of things that, you know, we could have done better, we could have done a little differently, but overcome some adversity in penalties, overcome some adversity in one of your best players being ejected, and walking out of here with a messy win, but a win nonetheless.
The second victory formation, take a knee, and that should do us.
We're not going to shake hands. Which is probably wise.
Yeah. So the teams are not going to shake hands. Been a little chippy all night long, so I think both coaches are satisfied to just get out of here. Not sure what all the chippiness is about or why it started. Really, teams that haven't played each other very often. But we're glad to get out of here with no major injuries that we know of, get a victory. We'll step away and you'll hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be back here in 1 minute with the Moore Chiropractic Clinic post-game show.
High school football season is back and the excitement is real. But with the thrill of the game come those unexpected aches and pains. Moore Chiropractic Clinic has got your back. Trusted by athletes and families alike, we ensure you're in top form to cheer for your favorite teams. So don't let pain sideline you this season, whether it's a slip in the stands or a tackle on the field. Moore Chiropractic is here for all your spinal care needs. So get back in the game with Moore Chiropractic Clinic. Your team's winning touchdown starts with a healthy spine. Call us today or visit us at our clinic, Moore Chiropractic Clinic, where wellness meets winning spirit.
When you wake up with an aching back or sore neck, Dr. Debbie Moore with Moore Chiropractic Clinic suggests you consider making simple changes in your sleeping position to alleviate unnecessary strain on your body. According to the American Chiropractic Association and Dr. Debbie Moore, it's best to sleep on your back or side because laying on your back or side allows your head, neck, and spine to relax into their natural alignment. This will help you wake up pain-free and feeling rejuvenated. Moore Chiropractic Clinic. We've got your back.
Welcome back to the Moore Chiropractic Clinic post-game show. Coach Cody Stogner out on the field rallying his team after a very hard-fought victory. He's talking to them now as soon as he gets done. I know Donna will head over and get a chance to talk to him. If Coach Feely is available, Donna, we'll talk to him also tonight. We have not talked to him this year. I know he's
itching to talk to me.
Yeah, he's AD. I know he's got a lot of things going on.
Let me check what he's doing in fantasy football. Matter of fact.
So if he is available, we'd love to talk to him. So Jake, you got some awards to give out tonight. Are you ready with those awards? You got some decisions to make. This is a tough one.
I am. How much time do you think we got?
We probably got. I'll cut you off. Go ahead and go through it. So
here we go.
I'll cut you off.
Defender of the game, number 53.
The Hillary Law Firm, Scott.
Sorry, yes. Let me read these precisely. Hillary Law Firm, Scott Hillary, defender of the game. Number 53, Javen Bolden. Plays both ways. Kid's all over the field, has a really good motor. On multiple tackles for a loss. The WRJW Brian Edwards offensive lineman of the game is number 73, Jacob Nixon. I said it coming into the game, four-man front. He's uncovered. He had a really tough job tonight. They're stemming up front, giving different looks. He did a really good job handling all of that. The Deanna Hunt Photography Picture Perfect Play of the game is the Kylan Nagana fumble recovery down here to seal the game at the end. Really heads up plays in the backfield. He's causing chaos and recovers a fumble to seal the game. The Fortenberry's He Smoked Him play of the game is the interception from number 5, Cam Quinn, down here early on in the game. It was the third possession for Biloxi. Huge interception, huge job of capitalizing on an overthrown ball. And lastly, the Sonic Drive-In of Picayune player of the game is none other than Xavier Dennis. 25 carries for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. I mean, just a man out there tonight. Really looked good. 25 carries is a lot, man. I mean,
and you got some honorable mentions of it. We'll talk about those in a second as I see Donovan's getting close with Coach.
Yeah, we couldn't win anywhere with
that. We got some honorable mentions. Hey, Coach, tough fought victory tonight. Tough fought victory. That's a pretty good football team across the way.
That was. I mean, they're a very good football team. You see some of the size of these guys out here and some of the hits that was being laid, but you know we kind of gift wrapped it sometimes again in the game. We have a lot of silly mistakes. That the stuff that we can control, I know we can get better at. You know, we're not playing our best football. We still got the win, so that's a good thing. Is we know we got a lot to get better at.
Absolutely. The offense showed really some good things tonight. They were able to pick up some big chunks against these guys, and you guys obviously saw some things that they had to make some adjustments on. Give credit to them. They did make some adjustments in the second half, but you guys were able to gash them there in the first half with some big jumps.
Yeah, we got them outnumbered. You know, it's a numbers game, and we got them outnumbered, and we were running the ball harder, you know, to start the game. But you got to get to the point where we can come out in the second half and continue to run the ball like we do in the first, 6 to 10 plays of the game. So that just comes with conditioning and comes with more reps. So, we're going to get back at it Monday and try to have the best Monday of the year.
Hey, hats off to the defense, too. Had a long drive there in the fourth quarter, right? Gave the ball back with about 8 minutes. And Biloxi's going to get their yardage. They did, but the defense was kind of in that bend but not break mentality and end up getting a fumble there late in the game. I don't know even if Biloxi would have scored how it would have happened, but the defense played very, very well, especially late in the game.
They did, and hats off to Coach Hayden, that staff on that side of the football. They were stingy when they needed to be stingy. But there's also, we can get so much better over there, but, we got through it. We had some adversity tonight, and we put them in some tough situations there, especially in the first half. We fumbled the ball. We're getting 10 yards to carry. So hats off to the defense. We're really, like you said, bend don't break, but we want to get to the point where we don't bend at all. And I know we'll get there. And I know that coaching staff they do a great job, and and then we'll get there with them.
Absolutely. Looking forward to next week. Going to be a big appointment. And got another good one coming to meet you next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roll Tide.
Hey, Roll Tide. We'll see you. So, yeah, you've got some honorable mentions, Jake, that probably could have happened. Here's Coach Feely. He's going to step in.
Hey, did you have some players you want to talk to also?
I didn't know if they were going to let them talk or not. We'll have.
They already skedaddle. They're in there eating their Dixie cube.
Yeah, I figured they might have let them.
They're excited.
They're excited. Hey, Coach Feely. So we were just talking about in the first half, you guys kind of had them in the numbers game, and you were able to get some gashes on them, right? Catching up some big yards.
Yeah, they really didn't make a whole lot of adjustments up front. They try to adjust with some shifts. Hats off to our kids, man. They played hard. We had a great week of practice. I feel like last week, our practice preparedness showed against North Shore. This week we came out, our kids prepared, and it showed on the field tonight. I mean, it is what it is. I'm proud of the way we're running the football now. Of course, we can get a lot better, but the yards we're getting tonight, I'm very happy with.
Yeah, I thought you played a really athletic. They were a little undersized up front, but I thought they were really athletic. There was a couple times even when we were pulling the guard, it seemed like those tackles were just following the guard down. Maybe the center wasn't able to get back in time. But I think the biggest thing here, I don't even know if you realize this, Biloxi only had the ball 6 possessions. They had 3 in the first half, and they had 3 in the second half. And defense did a great job, but for Picayune football, man, offense is our best defense, and if we can limit an offense like that to 6 possessions, it makes their job really hard.
Yeah, Coach Hayden says that all the time. Our best defense is our offense. I mean, we ran 59 power, I think, probably 12 times in a row in that first drive. AK was probably tired. Y'all should probably give him offensive player of the game the way he was having to pull around there every time. But again, hats off to our kids. I'm extremely happy with the way we're running the ball right now. We got a huge test next week with Ocean Springs and then Poplarville to follow. So we're just trying to keep climbing that mountain and, trying to get these kids to a championship level. We know what it's about and just trying to get them to buy in. We talked about all week pulling in the right direction, everybody pulling together, and that showed tonight.
Yeah, Dennis, 25 carries, 176 yards, 2 touchdowns. You might want to see if he's available to add to your fantasy team. You're doing a better job managing this offense than you are that one.
100%.
Starting off 0-1, you bouncing back this week or what?
Oh, yeah, I'm coming back. Jaden, better watch out. Your sister got me, but I'm coming back, man.
I think we better end that one right there. It might get a little bit too personal. Hey, Coach, I know you got a lot of stuff going on after the game. Thanks for talking with us. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate you guys. Roll Tide.
Yep. So, hey, Donald, can you still hear us? Okay. Can we talk to 40? If Agana is available, we're going to step away for 30 seconds. If you see Agana, and we'll also talk to 13 because he had to play a big role tonight, stepping up, playing quarterback. We'll step away and let you hear a word from our sponsor. You're listening to the Moore Chiropractic Clinic post-game show.
When you wake up with an aching back or sore neck, Dr. Debbie Moore with Moore Chiropractic Clinic suggests you consider making simple changes in your sleeping position to alleviate unnecessary strain on your body. According to the American Chiropractic Association and Dr. Debbie Moore, it's best to sleep on your back or side because laying on your back or side allows your head, neck, and spine to relax into their natural alignment. This will help you wake up pain-free and feeling rejuvenated. Moore Chiropractic Clinic. We've got your back.
Street.
Yeah, down there.
Doing some man on the street work.
We sent him down there for some of these. Hey, catch this guy.
I saw 40 right in front of you there for a minute. He doesn't have his headgear on.
Yeah, they've started taking off pads and jerseys, so I know it's kind of hard. But he's got somebody that looks like 40. He's dragging him over to a spot where Kevin can get him on film, and we can get him on video.
Coach Feely sent him over, A.K. Burnett.
A.K. Burnett. All right. Hello. Hey, Mr. A.K. So, how you doing? Good. So, Coach was telling us you had a busy first half, right?
Yes, sir. Pulling
Dang near every play. Yes, sir.
Hey, well, that's what they pay you the big money to do, right? Is blow defensive ends up, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's why I know that's what you guys live for. So tell us about the game. You guys seem to have your way with them, especially in the first half. You had a numbers game, and they really couldn't do anything with you guys.
Yes, sir. We had a great week of practice. We went over simple rules of just picking your football, blocking good, tackling good, punt return, kickoff, kick return. It's just the basic rules like that.
Well, you guys were certainly doing a good job. It was a pleasure to watch you, early in the game, especially just kind of blowing those guys up. They didn't have an answer for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they couldn't mess with it. I see.
AK, you going to invite any of those guys from Biloxi to your birthday party or what?
Oh, man. I'm scared about that one. After we just did this, I don't think I want to invite them.
It seemed like no one was making friends down there tonight.
We were making friends, They were talking, we were talking. It was just a good game.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what they're feeding y'all after the game, but you need like 4 of them. I think you ran a marathon tonight.
Yes,
you
sir.
look good, you look slim, but I mean, listen, you're playing offensive guard. I need you to add 20 or 30 pounds to that frame of yours.
Yes, sir, I will.
That's right. Hey, we know we're going to let you go. We appreciate you talking to us, AK. We'll talk to you next time.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good night.
You too. So who we got here? We got Tanner Rayburn. Is that who I got?
Yes, sir. Tanner Rayburn.
Hey, Tanner. I wanted to speak to you up here in the booth if you can see us. And I know you had a big opportunity this week with Colt being out, and you had to step in. So tell us about your week of preparation.
This week, as a whole team, we did amazing. Everybody did the jobs really, really well. We was all locked into our assignments, and that's just really what made us get all those good drives in during the game. And it was just really awesome to experience it.
Yeah, so tell us, this is your first varsity start, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
So was it a little bit different than junior varsity, 9th grade kind of stuff?
Yes, sir, it is. The atmosphere is way more hype and everything. It's really fun, though. I really like it, though.
I can imagine. Well, hey, you did a good job out there. It was fun to watch. We saw a couple of times where you got rudely impacted, right? You got to remember when you're blocking, you got to get down low. Can't run high because these guys hit hard.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
so other than that, we're looking forward to another great week. You guys got a big challenge coming up next week with Ocean Springs.
Yeah, we do. Yes, sir.
I know you guys are going to be prepared for it.
Yes,
hey, we'll let you go get your post-game meal, and I appreciate you talking to us. We'll talk to you next time, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we'll step away and hear one final word from Moore Chiropractic Clinic, and then we'll be back here to wrap it up with the guys.
When you wake up with an aching back or sore neck, Dr. Debbie Moore with Moore Chiropractic Clinic suggests you consider making simple changes in your sleeping position to alleviate unnecessary strain on your body. According to the American Chiropractic Association and Dr. Debbie Moore, it's best to sleep on your back or side because laying on your back or side allows your head, neck, and spine to relax into their natural alignment. This will help you wake up pain-free and feeling rejuvenated. Moore Chiropractic Clinic. We've got your back.
So, Don, I'll head down to you. I know you've been chasing people around down there. Appreciate you roaming the sidelines on a hot night, and I'll get your closing thoughts.
It was definitely a built-up game, and we come out on top. And so that's the name of the game right there. Just stick with it. You've seen some patent, Maroon Tide offensive drives.
Yep.
I mean, that 9-minute drive, man, that just took the wind out of their sail some. And, and it kind of threw them off offensively, I believe, because he came back not the same quarterback, not hitting like he was just before that drive.
I agree. They struggled there late in the fourth quarter when really they needed to kind of pick up the tempo. They seemed unable to do that. Hats off to the Picayune defense, though, right? I mean, they really stepped up. Jake, your closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think I resonate with what Don said, where it's just a patent and Picayune performance. You come out, you control the clock, you run the ball for 10 yards a carry. You have a guy that's got 25 totes, 176 yards, limit the opposing offense to 3 possessions per half. That just makes it really tough because you almost have to be perfect if you're going to win a game like that where you're only getting 3 shots at it each half. So good job by the time. This was a really good team. It's probably the best team we played so far. I think it was a good test going into Ocean Springs because I think we're gonna take another step up in competition next week, and we'll have to be on our A game. Some of these penalties and things, they'll have to go away for us to beat this Ocean Springs team, in my opinion.
Absolutely. We'll definitely have some things to clean up. We certainly have some things to build on. Good things we saw tonight. Hopefully we'll get some people healthy. We'll figure out the Nolan Wilson situation, what that's going to look like. And a lot to be unfurled between now and then. For Kevin, Donald, and Jacob, I am Tommy Upton. Final score for the final time, 23-14. Tide wins it, moves to 3-0. We'll see you right back here Lee Triplet Stadium. 6:30 next Friday night. Roll, Tide, roll. Don't forget to listen in here or stay tuned to WRJW at the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. As Finetta will be on, I'll be giving a report of this game at about 10:30.